All right, we are live, running a few minutes behind here. I know some of the guys are, going to be kind of trickling in here a little bit. I think I see Kevin here. Let's add him to the stream. What is going on, man?
What's up, man?
Oh, not too much. Can you hear me all right?
How's it going?
Man, it's going
What?
good, man.
Hold on a second.
Where'd he go? All right.
I'm sorry about that.
Good, man. Good. Oh, my goodness. So you just said you were looking at air conditioners. What in the world?
Well, no, I got this. I got my garage, and I bought two ACs. This is a 14,000 BTU, and it has a different cord, which we never saw when we were at, of course, going to buy it. The guy, because I hadn't tried it out. This weird cord. It's like a sideways cord. So.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's kind of killing me because I want to put it in today. And we got the other one in the car. The other one's fine. It's this one. And I'm also hoping it actually fits in the window. If not, I'll be pretty pissed off. We did measurements, but you never know.
Right.
But I really need to get an AC in here. It gets really hot because it's so, in our area, it's so muggy. We're not on the East Coast anymore. We don't get a breeze. So we're it's been raining a lot out here too, but it gets really muggy. Like, so muggy that some of my clothes have already started to kind of like, if we don't get an AC unit in here soon enough, it's gonna get mold on it. You know what I mean? So, Clay
that inventory.
Yeah, Clay says he's backstage.
Oh, he is. There he is. It was like a delay. There he is eating pizza. Look at you.
Yeah.
Where's Scott?
Oh, he'll be here shortly. He's I forgot what he said he's doing. He said it'd be a while.
Yeah.
He said it'd be a few later. No, I figured it'd be nice because haven't done a lot in a little bit. And all of us have been so busy. Our chat is like almost dead for like a week.
That I know. Like I keep forgetting that. Like
it's weird how it's gotten quieter over the last few
weeks. Talking to y'all every day. This past week has been like, wait, it's too eerily quiet. It's like it's not good.
I think Bob is so busy, and Brian, quit his job today, so we're just all busy, man. It's a good thing being busy. You know what I mean? Like,
it's really good to stay busy.
It really is. And like last week, we went to North Carolina, like I told you guys, and had a blast. It was nice not having to do anything for a few days. It was the first vacation we have since we took the vacation to buy this house out here. And man, we needed it. I tell you, definitely needed it. It gets exhausting. But now I work at home, so like I have a lot more energy.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's the problem for me. Working from home, I was doing the whole great working from home, but my energy was up high. But I've been doing it since March, and I feel like I'm on the bottom side of that curve, and I'm struggling to get motivated. It's just,
like you almost need to go to the office to change the scene.
Yeah, and I think that I don't know what that is called, but when you miss going to your workplace.
Yeah, I know I miss it, and it was sad because I've been there at that office for 4 years, and me and my coworker Lisa, we always argue and nitpick each other, and she's always picking on me. It's like a brother-sister relationship, man, but when I was leaving, packing my stuff up, I saw tears in her eyes. I knew she was having a rough time with it,
Yeah.
But
well,
like
it's a big change.
Yeah, but like she said, it's for the better for you. You know what I mean? It's
yeah.
For the better. But
I told Brian right now, I'm helping those 4 kids who are doing virtual school, and all I know is that it goes tomorrow and 2 more weeks. So then, let's say DISD brings all the kids back, which I don't think they can, and space them out. So I probably will have like an alternating schedule as long as the parents want me, which would be good. So I at least have some, income. But I told Brian today, I was like, I'll probably come down to your house like twice a week. And one of those days we'll go source together. But even if we don't, I'll just go down just to get out of my apartment because he has 2 light boxes. So if I've sourced, I just leave crap in my car and go down, or if it's just computer work, whatever, just to go and like sit in his garage, or we sit at the kitchen table together, and it'll make me work, because it's just, you get tired of being in the same place because I am used to a school like that. That's what my job's been, and it's hard enough living in this tiny place, working and living in this little room.
I know I have been struggling with it. So like some days Joy will be like, look, you need to get out of the house. So what I do is I kind of just take a day from work for my full-time job and I'll go out and do like Instacart or something.
Yeah, man. Just get the hell out.
Yeah, I mean, I stayed gone till like I left at like 8 o'clock in the morning. I didn't come home till 7 or 8 that night.
Dude, that's like this weekend will be the first weekend that I've actually literally moved in because my girlfriend's been out here for about a month and a half. This weekend will be the first weekend where I'll actually not have the kids. So I'll actually be able to go out with me and my girlfriend and her son, but it's not going to be with the 5 kids or my 3 other kids. It's just going to be me and my girlfriend. I think we said we're going to take a trip out to Tampa because I've never touched the water in the West Coast, the Gulf Coast. So they want to go to the beach for a little bit and then head up like St. Petersburg area, do some thrifting or garage sales. I don't even know what we're gonna do. But I just
Clearwater. Go sit on the beach. Just it's warm.
Yeah, exactly.
Clearwater is so nice and pretty.
That's what I think we're gonna do. I heard nothing but good things about Clearwater. It's like the best beaches too.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I think Landshark said something about the 220 down there. If he's talking about insurance, yes, I passed my test for the 220 finally, so I was able to work from home, and that was a pain. It was it was a really hard test. I think Scott said it's one of the hardest tests in California, and I said it's funny because in California you only need a 60 to pass. In Florida you need a 70. So, yeah.
Wendy says Clearwater is beautiful.
Yeah, I think we're gonna go there for a while, but I think in the morning we'll probably on the way there. Hit some yard sales, some antique stores, and it's just stuff like that, just get out. And plus we need some more inventory, I think. I don't know what's going on. My store is like, we get a couple trickled sales here and there. I don't know how everybody else is.
My Amazon's actually on fire. Like,
is it? Well, I think that's different. Amazon can be all year round. I don't think eBay. I think eBay's in we have a slump right now. Even though I look at the stats and it says everyone else is up 3.5%, I'm down 16%, and that's pretty given because I've been down 25% plus this whole last 20 days. I just don't know. I don't get it, man. I have 1,135 items, and so far in the last 30 days, I've only sold $3,200 worth of stuff.
Right.
I don't know. It's most clothing, but I don't know. I'm still selling the crap out of those underwear. Remember? I'm still dealing with the underwear.
God, I remember you bought them. Oh,
yeah, underwear, man. From the I got a bunch of Jockey vintage underwear. I got a couple Hanes. The Hanes ones went really quick. They're like the tidy whities from the 70s. I actually had a guy message me. He kept saying, "Man, if you find them, I'll buy them," because he bought like 5 of them from me. And I'm like, they're all out. They have no more of those Hanes there anymore. They just have a bunch of Jockey and stuff, but they're really still selling. And I'm picking them up for $3 a pack. It's like retail arbitrage. It's dead stock stuff. But it's like the only thing. So actually, I just sold a statue for $100 today.
Nice.
It was actually a statue of a older woman, and she had a baby breastfeeding on it. So I think that's why it sold for so much. But I've had that sitting for 3 or 4 months now. It's going to Burbank, California. You got a fire? Sweet, my girlfriend. She got the fire going. Okay, I'll show you our fire pit.
Oh yeah.
How do I change? Can I change the?
You
should rotate the camera, yeah.
How can I change the camera?
Isn't it like a little spinner?
Is there like the little arrow thing on the bottom, maybe somewhere?
Well, no, because I'm on StreamYard.
Oh, I don't know.
Well,
Just worst case, turn the I don't know. 4 guys with limited technology.
Yeah,
There you go.
that's my fire pit. And then
And grill, right?
yeah, she's doing the charcoal grill right now. Here you guys go.
Yeah, because it's that wall. I remember you showed me that night we talked
Yeah,
about.
dude. So yeah,
There you go.
I'm loving it, man. This is
So we'll get into it real quick. Wendy wants to know where we all are. From Florida? No, I'm from North Carolina. I know Kevin's down in Florida. He was just telling us he moved to the Gulf Coast side, right?
yes, Gulf Coast side. I actually moved to the opposite side. I was in Brevard County. Now I'm in the Gulf Coast side.
And let's see, good old Triple D here in the house.
Sacramento for him.
Yeah. Good old
Yeah,
California.
Sacramento. With all the fires,
Yeah.
Yeah, how's that going?
the smoke has been awful. But today, each day the air quality gets a little bit better. So,
Okay.
yeah, there was a couple weeks there that it was the sun was red and it was pretty gross.
I think it was funny is that some people were saying in southern Arizona they were seeing the smoke all the way down to the tip. I was like, holy cow.
California's been on fire for the last 2 weeks. And,
some of the pictures were just crazy, like at the A's and Giants baseball game. I have a friend who lives in LA, like basically on the street that like it doesn't go all the way up to the Hollywood sign, of course, but it like lines up right with it in this cool like 1940s apartment. And she's like, the fire was within, I don't know, like 10 miles, and the smoke, because he had like knee surgery and was like, oh yeah, I was gotten back into walking the dog. They have like a group of people, and she's like, hell no, not recently, because it's just like that, fire and some other post I read, like, some college people that I don't know, but our college's alumni up near Seattle and Portland, and they're just like showed the pictures, that same glowing smoke. You're like, what the hell? Like, yeah.
So I can attest, you know how they say controlled fires work? They definitely do. So when I was growing up in Florida, we never had the controlled fires, and we would always get fires bad down here. Ever since I moved back, I see the controlled fires every now and then. It's only a little bit of the land, and it's controlled, and we never get fires. I've never seen a major fire like we did back in early 2000s and prior. So I definitely can say that those controlled fires definitely do work. If you don't do the controlled fires, this is what you're going to see.
Because it just, but you have that one guy they arrested for setting like 6 fires.
And they let him go.
And then he went out and caught more, and they caught him again. Like someone like that, I'm okay if you let those people with small amount of drugs out, or like at a certain point, the guy that robbed the bank, he's going to get out. But like, along with like child molesters, rapists, murderers, that guy needs to be locked up for decades.
Yeah.
Like, I mean.
But my thing also too is that, did you see the woman that caught the guy that had matches on him? And she at gunpoint, she's like, "No, here."
Yeah, he's laying on the street,
and he's like, "Oh, I don't have." He's like, "Oh, I'm just smoking a cigarette." Well, where's the cigarettes? I don't have any.
Yeah.
Cops came and arrested him. Good.
Yeah.
Because like it's only gonna make. It's like, I do feel like it's these people that are whatever they used to be. They call them like environmental. I don't know what they do, but they like.
Yeah.
And it's like, you don't do that. You're messing with people's houses, their livelihoods, man.
Right.
You don't do that.
Yeah, and those people, if we're talking like the same thing, they were more like the whole, I'm going to camp out in a tree to not like, or something like, but it's gotten
That's how it should be. Yeah, like you don't want them people to tear the forest down. Go ahead, be a tree hugger. That's no big deal. But when you want to do the opposite and you want to be like,
let's
everything's backwards. Everything is backwards.
Yeah, it's not.
Right.
I get it I don't get it, but like in Brazil, those lumber companies are just tearing down the Amazon.
Oh my God! Like you can't.
Harry has the perfect name for those people.
Huh?
Harry has the perfect name for those people.
Yeah.
But that's what I always say that too. And what I saw where I moved to, because like where I was living, I love it, but man, it is grown in population tenfold because of Cape Canaveral and the Space Center and all the people coming down. Plus, it's just a beautiful area to live, you know.
Yeah.
But what I've saw since I lived here in 2011, the rapid tearing down the mangroves, tearing down the conservation land, building all new houses, and it's like, and for somebody it's like me, I'm not really too much of I'm not a tree hugger or anything, but when you see that, and you're like, come on, guys, you're literally killing the the ecosystem down here that you guys claim is super important to us. Why? Like, we have enough housing down. If they have an issue with, we need to build more housing, why don't you just tear down the housing we already have and just rebuild new housing?
Right.
Yeah.
Start building up.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh.
Anyway.
You can keep going, Kevin. This is interesting.
Kevin's got a roll.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Kevin, I'm addicted to hustle.
I just see myself as maybe I've grown so much in the last 5 years. It's like a 5-year finally. Kevin, you're no longer a child. You've grown into actually being a man that actually cares for more things besides yourself and your kids, which is very weird because I used to be such a selfish person. Then I feel like, if any of you guys know me from prior, a long time ago when I used to do videos, I was pretty selfish back then. But now all of a sudden I'm more like, I care about the land. I care about where I live. I feel like I've actually retired, and I'm 35 years old, but working out of the house, and I'm doing woodworking, and I've never saw myself here at this point in my life. It's so strange.
Am I on mute? I don't think I'm on mute.
I don't think you're on mute. I think we're just.
I don't think I'm on mute. Maybe he's used to me talking all the time.
I'm sorry. I just haven't been on in months, guys.
Oh, you're good. You're all good.
We need to start doing this more because these guys don't really get to see what we do behind the scenes, and it's like our banter back and forth. Sometimes it's good to get together and just to see that Kevin go off again.
Well, I think you guys don't know me now, right? When I start going like this, I'm actually thinking in my head, good thing.
Well, because since Scott and Kevin and Brian and I used to do our from January, February, March, April, and then kind of May, Brian was doing. We did more of the afternoon, which y'all couldn't always make because it worked better for his family life, But that's why I told Brian. I forgot he had to go do his thing in Fort Worth, but I was like, I wanted to be like, okay, Alton's got Thursday night. Of the people I know, it's like Emily Conway's Wednesday night. Marcus and Lorena are late Friday. Danica's got a Tuesday morning. But that's why I was like trying to in our group be like, Brian, if you don't know, and kind of Brian or Marcus or Brian Wyan that's Thursday for right now.
Call him Wyan and then Ian.
And Brian Ian. Yeah, that's what I maybe have right now. Brian Ian. Wyan. There you go. Yeah.
So talking about streams and stuff, something that I told y'all kind of just vaguely in the chat, and we finally get to share it with everybody. For the past couple weeks, I have been working on a project where, on the side, I hang out on Twitch a lot, right? So playing video games and things. Well, there's a company out in Texas. They go by the company Rooster Teeth. Well, they have a foundation that they work on every single year. They've been doing this for years now, and they donate money to the Children's Miracle Network. Well, they do a 24-hour live stream on November 7th, I believe it is, and they raise constant amount of money. Well, now they're giving people the opportunity, streamers, to go onto Twitch or whatever, and they can raise money for their local donation that they want to do. So this year, I'm going to be dedicating November 7th. We're going to attempt it. I don't know how much is going to happen, but we're going to attempt the 24-hour gaming stream on November 7th.
I would love to do. I do a lot of NASCAR. So, I tried to figure out how to do Twitch, man. I gave up, man. I got the adapters for the Xbox and the mic. My freaking what mic was that I have? The Yeti. I
Yep.
gave up, man.
Blue Yeti.
There's so many things you got to do, and I'm just like, no, I don't have time for this. I'll
All
just
right,
do.
Yeah, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna link this, put the link into the chat for everybody. What you can do, this is my donation page first. Anybody who feels they want to do this, we're going to be doing a few streams along the way. And then the big day is going to be November 7th, of course. On the Twitch page itself, which is the same as Addicted to Hustle here, make sure you follow there because it will have, I think starting tomorrow, I should have all the scheduling for the 3 sessions we're going to do in October that are going to be the Extra Life events.
What about game you playing?
Right now,
what are you going to play?
We're going to play Call of Duty for one. I may take some
Call
of
of Duty, the Battlefield one?
We're going to play, well, just to get everybody in, if they want to join us, we're going to do Warzone.
Oh, yeah, I got that. I'll play.
May play some multiplayer. But we're going to try to stick into the Warzone to kind of get people the cross-platform, to get more people in that want to play with us. But, yeah, it's going to be good. I've been past few days building overlays, trying to get things right for the streams. So far, I've got an Extra Life event one, and then I've got one that I'll be testing out this week for just a Call of Duty for my own personal use.
That's awesome. That takes time, man.
Yeah, it's a lot of effort. So, like, people haven't really seen a lot of videos from me in 2 weeks, and I've been actually been 3 weeks other than doing a live, and that's my behind the scenes that I'm going to do this, and this is a labor of love. I get nothing out of it, but my YouTube's going to have to suffer for about at least 2 or 3 more weeks while we build this. And then I'll start making videos again once I'm in the autopilot zone. All I gotta do is hit button and go. So
anybody can do their own charity.
You can.
If I want to do the charity for Save the Children, I could do that.
Yeah. So like, go into it and look through the extralife.org and see if the place that you want it to donate is going to be on the list.
Yeah, it's probably not on there.
So, like, for me, it was easy because we actually, had family that went to Duke Hospital, and so we're doing ours to benefit the Duke Children's Hospital. So it'll go directly to them. We'll never see the money. So,
Children's Network is an awesome organization. I know they helped a kid here that I knew go to Disney World and stuff like that. So, always a good charity to donate to.
I was like, where'd he go? Not a second.
He was there and he's gone.
I was looking at the comments, and I've actually pressed the back button. It takes me out of the browser. I thought StreamYard made an app.
Both.
I don't know.
You would think somebody making so much money, they would make a cheap freaking app.
Yeah,
we need to do something, But actually, believe it or not, I found a way to. A lot of people, I didn't know you could do it. I don't have to have a capture card to broadcast the game onto Twitch. A lot of people didn't realize it. I'm actually sending it to a company called Lightstream, and Lightstream is allowing me to send in overlays and stuff and customize it without having to do a lot. So,
how are you doing that?
I'll have to show you off stage when we're.
That's awesome.
It's pretty fun. Now there is a cost to it. It's like $8 a month, but
that's nothing, man.
For I was say, I just got a loan from Lightstream, I think that's who it was or something.
You got a loan?
Different company, but to pay off a credit card and pay this lower interest. Huh.
Oh, gotcha.
This is let's see. We have, and you can set up what they call different stream accounts. So if let's say I'm going to play Fortnite one night. I can have all these overlays set up, and I can just broadcast the Fortnite one.
So, the overlays that say new subscribers, and then it dings if you have a new subscriber, or if someone gives you money. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm excited to share it. I'm actually trying to look at the schedule for October to release the extra one because that one's a really in-depth one. Give you a basic one to start with, but you can start customizing it and moving things around to make yours unique. So it ought to be a good time. I hope a lot of people will take the time whenever they can, if they see this video, and go to the Twitch side, follow it, because that's where the magic's going to happen, especially on that day. you're never going. I will tell you. You'll be honest. You'll probably see us in our good and bad sides, because could you imagine playing a game for 20 hours? You'll probably see me go downhill mentally, but
Bro,
it'll be worth it though. I promise you. All right,
that seat's gonna get a lot of use.
I'm gonna have to. What you're going to realize though is I'm gonna have these little break times, and I have a little thing where the chat pops up and it says "Be right back." I'm gonna take like a 5 or 10 minute breather, especially if I need a woosah moment. Yeah.
Man, that's funny. That's cool.
Yeah. So Val said she used to stream on Twitch, but she was becoming a troll, so she took a break.
So is that on OBS or is that on StreamYard? Or is that just on Twitch?
I'm actually bypassing it. It's going to be on Twitch.
Yeah.
If I wish there was a way for me to broadcast it to the YouTube channel, but I don't see a clear way to send it to YouTube. For whatever reason, it's just not letting me. So far, I've got it to where everybody can just come hang out on Twitch, and I'm going to be dropping the links constantly and having people to come over and hang out. Hopefully they'll take the time.
How much are you looking to raise? How much do you want to raise?
We set $1,000 first year goal.
Okay.
For me, like $1,000, like that's a good little bit just for fun and to do something with these people. Especially, I mean, I haven't even hit the 300 subscriber mark yet, and I thought everyone probably could spare a couple bucks. So I kind of did the math on that. I was like, a couple bucks here, a couple bucks there. So it'll add up quick. So I thought $1,000 sounds good. And then maybe next year we'll up it and we'll see where we go from there. But this is something I intend on doing every year as long as they allow it from now on. So
very good.
Yeah. So what have you been up to, Triple D?
Selling Halloween candy. I took a small little break for 2 weeks and got reset for Halloween, and my Halloween candy is selling like crazy right now. So there's still the. Yeah, I'm surprised. Usually it sells early, but what I sent in, I was almost sold out. So there's no Halloween costumes yet. I haven't sold any Halloween costumes yet, but it's still early. So,
another 2 weeks.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I think that was last weekend in September to October 1st.
Exactly. That's what I'm booking on, I've been doing the crush stuff too and all that stuff. That's been crazy. Also, that's also been good, but. Halloween candy is what's hot right now, and I've been selling the big candy bars also, but mainly the simple stuff like candy corn and those special ones, like the auto mix and all that stuff. So it's pretty crazy that's selling this early, but.
I think there's, realizing because there's been a lot of shortages. I don't know if a lot of people are aware of that, but there's been a lot of company shortages. I think people are buying things earlier just so they can go ahead and get more. Like, you should have seen it. I went ahead and ordered way too many boxes, like all the flat rate boxes and stuff I usually would use.
Mm-hmm.
The people at UPS, they were going to deliver it. I got a note in my mailbox that said, "We need to see you when you have a chance."
Yeah. When you get a chance.
Like I walk in, they go, "Here's the boxes." I ordered 4 sets of number 7 boxes.
Yeah.
And then they're like, "Oh, you got more coming." What do you mean? "Oh, they'll be here in a few days." Like they go, "Oh, okay. How much?" They go, "There's at least another 300 boxes in there on our platform for you." They just haven't do it yet.
Yeah, I got the more of the padded flat rates coming in. And more of the regional A's. They redesigned the regional A's a little bit, but I got more of those coming in. But
I used to use
Regional
crap out of regional A's with sport jackets and blazers.
Mhm.
I don't do many. It's been a couple of years. I still have the boxes, but I guess with how they changed the rates the last few
Yeah.
years, I just haven't. It just hasn't been worth it.
Yeah. Well, with California being so big, it's you know, I even shipped something in original A to Sacramento, which is where I'm at. So
Yeah.
it's like it's original A.
Sacramento.
Yeah. And they're outlining, but yeah, I've been bundling. There's a bundle with these and candy corn and stuff. There's a bundle that I'm selling for $30-some for 6 of them.
And
Yeah.
how much you getting for them?
Pretty crazy.
How much you buying them for?
Well, they go anywhere from $1.50 to these ones are 50 cents for these ones.
Wow, nice.
So I got like $10 into them, and so but yeah, if you can find bundles to send them in, it works out a lot better. So I think it's like $37 I'm selling those for that bundle. So and then I showed you guys my other bundles that I've been doing on coffee and all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
And I've been killing it on Keepa. Oh, and another thing. There's this. I got this heated jacket. You know these heated jackets right here.
Yep.
I got it for on Amazon warehouse deals for $70. So it's going on brand new. It's going on Amazon for $175. But the crazy thing with the UPS, it was stuck in Florida, in Jacksonville, Florida, for 2 weeks. Amazon refunded my money, Amazon and the post office refunded my money because they said it was damaged, so they weren't sending it. And the next day, it showed up to my house, and I got it for free. So that's pretty crazy. Yeah, free. So hopefully,
awesome.
But it's a heated Milwaukee jacket, so it'll go pretty good. So it's
Milwaukee, like the tool company.
Yep, exactly.
Oh yeah, those things will fly off the shelf.
So as soon as the first snow hits, I'll sell that. And but I was waiting for that thing for 2 weeks. Not a big deal because it hasn't snowed yet. So, but for free, I'll take it. So
For sure.
But
Absolutely.
keep on checking Keepa. Keep on checking the warehouse deals. Prime Day is coming up on Amazon. If you guys don't know, Prime Day is coming
we're
up.
in October, right?
Uh-huh.
Do you know when in October?
No, I don't know the exact date. I know they're ramping up for it, but you can look at the deals coming up on Keepa. There's a way to look at the deals coming up on Keepa, so you know what time they're coming up and when they're coming up, stuff like that. So, yeah, deals on Keepa. Everything you are looking at usually drops 50 to 60%.
Wow.
And then on the warehouse deals, you're getting it for use price basically. So. So
Did you guys see the first piece of that I finished? I finished the top. I still got to do the legs. Like this.
Awesome.
What?
It's gonna look good when you're done with it.
Yep.
Yeah, they're all mid-century modern pieces I pick up on Facebook marketplaces, and so this is the first one I've done. Hold on. Yeah, that's the one. That one's really nice.
That's the battery that they sent with it. I don't know if that's a 12 volt pack or. It says 7.4 volts. So yeah, that's the pack it's running off. A brand new. So brand new jacket. So. But yeah, it's not 12 volts, which I was actually surprised on Matt's comment. But that's the one you stripped, right, Kevin?
Yeah, I have this on my Facebook Reels. Instagram Reels, same company, but still. I just need to do something with the leg. Like I need to get a heat gun and bang these legs and take the top off, and because it's come off the side of it. Whoever owned it previously. So it shouldn't be too much. I'm going to resand the legs and everything. But this one right here, I got this. I used Danish oil on this one. It looks so pretty, right? Where is it? Right there. but I had to strip it all down because there's this weird spot. I don't know if anybody's watching, but I don't know what this is from on the wood. You see these weird dark lines? Hold on. Let me see. Like
No, I
these,
see it. Now I see it.
I have no clue. Like if you look, it looks good, but then you see these weird. I don't know if I put too much oxalic acid in it to bleach it. I don't know, but I
No.
say,
What year do you think that one's from?
huh?
What year did you say you think that one's from?
This was given to me by my ex girlfriend's sister, and she's gonna give me the big dresser with it. I have to get it probably next month. My sister gives me her couches, so I'll make one big trip on a box on a truck and get like a U-Haul or something.
I'll send you the link because I've redone several pieces. I have seen those marks before, but it was, and people would strip them. They didn't do well when they had the original coating that was ever on it was lead paint. Some interactions with the cleaning materials over the years left these deep grain mark lines, and I think that might be what that is.
Yeah, because if you see this side's really fine. That side's fine. It's just that one side where it had that weird. You can kind of see it right here too.
Yeah, I can see it. Yep.
Grazed, but that's it. It's so. I don't know,
unless
man.
you dig deeper. I mean, that's the only sad part about it is
I used grit and worked up from there, man. So there's not much I can go off of, and it's solid wood. So, but this was my ex-girlfriend's fiance's granddad, so it had to be from the 60s. It's from this company right here, Baumritter. I don't know, it's right there. Yeah, so it's definitely a mid-century. It's a beautiful piece. This one I love, but I'm gonna sell it, that basket, because it has it's curved. See this right here, all curved. The wood curves up, so it's pretty cool. I saw
some of the pieces we redid. They're beautiful.
Yeah, I need to pick your brain then, man, because again, I'm just started doing this. I find peace with it in my brain, like it kind of calms and relaxes me. Plus, it's
I just don't have the room.
I totally have the room.
Yeah, you have the room to do it. You can store pieces.
Yeah.
When I had my little place, I could restore stuff in Durham, but we live. Yeah, we don't have that place anymore.
But I'll show you guys this is my garage. These are some of my eBay aisles, like the ones in these tall boxes over here on the right, or is that your left? I'm pointing at. Those are all blazers. They're like hooked up with coat hangers. So like she did this so perfectly while I was gone. She put aisles with all of our inventory in it. You guys see that?
Oh yeah.
And this is like where I do the woodworking. This piece I love. It's going to go in the house. I'm going to keep this. It's a powder. It's a Art Deco from the 40s waterfall pattern. And it has the original mirrors on the back, but it's not here. It's in the house. I'm going to bring that in the house, I think, today or tomorrow and keep it. I love that thing. And this is what I need to do, man. We'll make who would.
Val says you'd make really good infomercials.
Oh, man. What did I do?
Just you talking about everything.
I saw how my brain is. You guys know that. Come on.
Oh, yeah.
So I need to get more plywood up here, because you see how like these boxes fit perfectly up there on top of that plywood. I want to do it for here too, so I can kind of have this whole thing cleared out and put in there, and then make it maybe that corner be like a YouTube studio. I think that'd be pretty cool. You know what I mean?
So are you going to block it all off for making videos and stuff? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. Well, no, I'll have a background. I'll have a cool background with like my stuff, because
so you're not going to completely box it off.
Yeah, I like it, but I want to get this stuff out because there's so much stuff I can put in here. On there, put plywood. But
yeah, I've never seen your garage, so I'm glad you came on.
Yeah, dude, it's freaking huge, man. Like, I love coming out. It's so weird because, like I said, like when I was like 29, 30, I never really cared much for like having a garage besides maybe for eBay, but not for doing other things like woodworking or actually, doing other things. And But it's so strange how you can grow up so quickly.
Right.
You know, I don't know. I just think that it's
Learn to
maybe
appreciate other things.
huh?
You learn to appreciate other things.
Oh, 100%. I think a lot
Put
better.
the work into something. Like people don't realize how many hours of actual work goes into restoring a single piece of furniture.
Oh my
Like,
God, I'm already on. I literally 3 coats of Danish oil, and I just re-sanded it all the way down. I didn't strip it. I sanded it because I didn't like the way it was looking. It's kind of like the Danish oil looks a little splotchy, so I'm going to do pre-stain and then the Danish oil this time. And it's been like 3 hours just sanding that one side in the top right here.
yeah.
That's the top I took off. You know, so Lord knows how much longer I have on this, but I think I'm going to keep it. Which bookcase? Oh, dude, this is an old bookcase that her grandmother gave her, and it was splashed with like 7 pieces of like layers of paint, and she's gotten the top off there with the sander. Where is it? It looks beautiful. It's got a little bit of color still, but like it literally had. She has the before and after pictures, but this is what it looked like too. You see the inside?
Oh wow.
And she did. I can't believe how much of a good job she done this. This was probably took her how many hours you think, babe? She thinks like 10 hours just for that top.
Wow.
Because there was so much paint. She stripped it 3 or 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
You know? But yeah, it's definitely fun in an artwork, man. It's cool. Like I get so frustrated at times. You know, like so frustrated. To the point where like, oh, I'm just gonna quit this crap. And then I just find like, oh man, I can't quit it. I put too much money into it and it's too much fun. You know? It's expensive.
You'll find yourself finding tools and you go, I'm going to use this twice, but it's worth it, you know, because when it makes that piece perfect because you were able to do it right, that's what makes it worth it, you know.
Yeah, man, I didn't know you did refinishing furniture, man. I gotta pick
done several pieces. Is something that was a passion of mine. I mean, it still is, but the problem is there's not enough time in the day.
Oh,
you know, and life happens. Like we ended up selling to find Sean a better school. We moved out of one house, right, and we moved back to my hometown. Well, they don't make houses like that in the city, like in the country that they had.
Yeah.
So, like, you give up things, and thankfully, I have pieces to remind us of that. Like,
yeah.
I have.
But do you ever think, man, if I stayed at it, how much more pieces you would have, especially with Facebook Marketplace?
Mm-hmm.
Like right now, like I redid a piece a few years back. I still have it. I want to say it was I forgot what it's called. The name of it was from 1942, and it had it was pretty much a basic. I call it a chest of drawers, but it was a 4-drawer set, and it had 2 short drawers side by side on the top square. Well, then the bottom 2 were long drawers, but they were bowed.
Oh,
And, I'll send you pictures of it.
yeah, dude, definitely.
When I got it, I kid you not, I could like grab one corner, the back corner, and grab the left front corner, and I could rock it and twist it.
Ooh.
When I got done with it, you couldn't do that. Like I took every nail, the original nails out of it. I learned how to because they were the old square nails.
Yeah.
Not screws. I had to pull them all out. I had to learn how to rebevel them, reshaping them, and then I nailed them back and resurfaced and set them in place. When I was done,
these nails, I'll show you in a second. Hold on. I have these beautiful Australian cypress original hardwood floors, and this house is built in 1928. They're absolutely amazing, man. The color on them and the design, they're all original. Hold on, I'm in the house now. Hold on. You'll love this. And I'll show you what the nails look like. This right here. You guys see that?
Oh, wow.
Isn't that beautiful? It's got these cool patterns. And then the nails are fine nail. Come on, Kevin. I was looking at it the other day. They're these small, tiny little nails. Oh, are they right? I think this. No, maybe. I don't know. I can't find a nail. It's the tiniest small nails, like they would use on like a paint and brace, like those small little tiny nails. But man, it is when I fell in love with this place because it's just like It's exactly what I wanted, a bungalow, and it had hardwood floors. It has a fireplace, it has all this stuff, and it's beautifully located way out here in the country,
Well, that's perfect, man.
Yeah.
Now I know where I'm going when I go visit Florida.
Exactly, right?
We definitely got the room. It's so quiet and peaceful. We do hear cicadas. They're pretty loud sometimes. But other than that, man, it's super quiet. It's totally opposite of where I'm coming from. And that's what I wanted.
Yeah, like when living in the city, like it's amazing the difference. Like for me, like I do suffer from like severe anxiety and stuff like that. So living in the city, I never realized how much I didn't sleep. You know? And we moved back home to the country, and it's just like I could fall asleep on the front deck, like the front little patio. Especially at night, you hear the crickets chirping and stuff. I didn't realize how much as I get older, how much I missed home.
It's beautiful.
You know. Callie says, did you have a NASCAR bed for me to sleep in? Honestly, I would sleep in one. I don't care. Like I'll sleep anywhere. I've slept in chairs, on porches. I don't care. Like, my family tells you I can fall asleep anywhere if I'm that tired. So, what is your biggest sale? Let's have you considered selling any of your pieces, or have you not done that yet? Oh,
no, not yet. I'm going to do that though, because on a couple of those pieces that I have, I want to sell. I'm just trying to learn on the pieces I'm going to keep, and then go to there, do that. I have a buddy that lives where I used to live. I actually bought his chairs that are inside the house. That's how I met him, and he does it, and he does a really good job. And he's kind of new at doing it too, but he does a really good job. It's hard figuring out what finishes and what the different colored shades of paint to put on and stuff. Not paint, but like mahogany or walnut.
Well, you have to envision what I tell people. I used to tell them all the time is you got to envision where you think they're going to put it, right? Or where would you put it? Like I don't build anything that I would do to not keep. If someone wants to buy it, then they're going to buy it the way I envisioned it. They're not going to buy it the way you buy it off of a showroom floor somewhere.
I agree.
So like I think that's part of it. Like I'm upset. I can't even. There's a certain color green that I used on this one piece. I'll send you later tonight. I cannot remember the code for it. I've looked it. I cannot find it. No one can match it. I've tried to get people to do it. They can't match it.
Really?
Like, yeah. And it's a beautiful green, but I don't know. Oh, Lone Star. Good to see you, man.
Should work. If you notice, they were putting the
so let's see.
On the bottom.
We got in here tonight.
And they were putting these on top.
Still got like 6-7 people watching.
I don't know.
People have been flowing in and out since we've been going.
Yeah, I didn't even notice. I'm just hanging out with you guys.
Well, and that's part of it too. Like a lot of people. Go ahead.
James is in here. How you doing, man? Who's a funny looking man? It's me, James. Oh man, I was on this show a couple weeks ago, and I think I almost gave a woman a heart attack. She literally was freaking out. To me that was funny, but that's just.
What did you tell her you were a Trump supporter, and she was like, "I love Obama." No.
Oh yeah, no. She was like going to hike or whatever it is. Convulsions. It was pretty, for me, I thought it was pretty funny because I think she was being very TDS, Trump derangement syndrome. It was hilarious. There was a guy on there who's, I guess he doesn't show his face in the video, any of his videos, but he was pretty cool. I forget. His name was Kevin too, I think it was. Babe, I hope they freaking cook. In the oven, we'll have to figure this out. I think that needs to go down one more. I think you said it here somehow.
Oh, looks like they're trying to figure out the pit going in there.
Yeah, I think it's a little too high up for the meat. So I think we gotta, probably this weekend, break down the concrete blocks a little bit so we can move it the thing you put the meat on, one masonry concrete block down, or one block down, and then it'll cook. It's cook. It looks like it's cooking fine. It's just it's charcoal, so it's a little longer.
Damn.
Yeah, it is what it is. I guess she'll cook them inside. But how's everyone else doing? How's your sales?
They're getting better. And while we were live, I think I just sold another. I only had a few left of the Gain dryer sheets that Scott told me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I only had six pair left, and like one of them just sold. Now I've noticed that the pricing on them, like I was killing it for the while,
right?
Like,
more than it tanked.
Money, and now it's like I'm making like 40%. But hey, I'm not losing anything. I've already made the money, so might as well just enjoy it, let it roll.
Yeah, those that was a good tip for you for sure. That's awesome.
Yeah, because that's like I tell people all the time. It's like when Scott said something, I was gone. Like,
you don't listen to anything else I say, but those you go and get. That's awesome.
I do listen. It's just sometimes I'm not in a position to.
Nobody listens to me. Nobody wants to hear my Amazon advice, so it's okay.
No, we do. I admit I haven't gotten to it yet, but I like hearing it because it's like sometimes I'll at least look on eBay too and be like, is it selling on eBay? Or just like it helps me learn kind of categories or just know there's another option, whatever.
Yeah.
I slowly get caught up.
Yeah, it does, I learn a lot from it because it allows me to.
The limited edition and discontinued stuff, that's the stuff where you make the money.
Yeah.
But there's definitely, the holidays and all that stuff is all fun. But, that limited edition Gain, so there's tons of stuff. Trader Joe's has a pumpkin spice right now. So that's hot, so there's a whole bunch of stuff that you can definitely pick up, and there's a whole bunch of stuff that you can't send any chocolate into Amazon until October 1st, but all the rest of it, candy corn and all that stuff, you could send in. So.
Yeah, I just looked up candy corn on eBay out of curiosity, just to
it was what?
See, and there's some. Like a bag sold 1 pound candy corn blackberry cobbler.
I've never heard that one.
Here's the worst sounding just candy ever. Brock turkey dinner candy corn. So it tastes like a whole turkey and mashed potatoes. Like, no, I just want candy corn. That whatever taste that candy corn was. Because as a kid, I had a couple years where I thought that was the greatest candy ever.
If I was going to do it on eBay, I would bundle something up together. Like I would bundle all the dollar store ones. I'd bundle them all together and sell them like that.
These are like 12-ounce bags selling for $15. It makes me wonder what they cost the person originally.
I can tell you exactly what they cost the person. $1.56 or whatever at Walmart.
That's a good markup.
Yeah, it's huge. All that stuff. I did see pumpkin spice hot chocolate today.
Yeah.
On Swiss Miss.
Yeah.
And there were no sellers on a pack of 12 of them. So you could set your price. You could set $100. I'm sure you'll get a couple sales.
My favorite flavor of anything is pumpkin spice. I love pumpkin spice.
Yeah, I don't even like pumpkin spice. I don't get the whole pumpkin spice thing. I don't want the pumpkin spice thing. And also the shit out of it. So
I don't eat it. Pumpkin flavored bread finally a couple of years ago. I'm like, oh, it's okay.
Yeah. And candy corn, I don't get the rage over candy corn. I hate candy corn.
As a kid, I liked it. Now, yeah.
Man, whenever I used to get candy corn, I would make sure when it was late at night, I would go back and put the candy corn in front of their porch. I didn't like candy corn.
Yeah, right. That's useless.
It is. It's disgusting. I don't know.
It tastes like wax.
It's a 1970s, 60s thing, but it's got it tastes like wax. Like it tastes like wax.
Today doesn't taste like the candy when we were kids. So if you go back to what we remember taste, it don't taste the same.
Right.
So Things I liked
Everybody,
as a kid.
to cut down costs. A lot of these corporations that buy these small companies, they change this formula on it, and it becomes junk. It's like what they did. I don't know if anybody ever used Nioxin. It's supposed to be like a good formula for growing your hair back or thickening your hair.
Oh, yeah.
There's a difference. Before they were bought out, they had a USA plant, and you'll look, if you look, it's a bolo item. If you look on Amazon or something, and you look for like the USA version of Nioxin, it's going to be worth a lot more money than the regular Nioxin because it moved it to Mexico to cut things down. It was bought out by a big corporation, and they changed the whole formula, and it's junk. You could even see in the how I found this out was I was doing my research on like Nioxin because my ex-girlfriend used to always buy it for me. She always says, take this for your hair, to grow your hair. Well, one day I was like, oh, I need to get some more. Well, let me look it up. And I remember she mentioned something about the different formulas. And then you would see it on Amazon that the United States, the biggest issue people were pissed off about with the new one, in the comments and the reviews on Amazon would say it's turned to junk since they moved to Mexico and sold the company because they do a different formula. And that's what happens to a lot of these companies. Oh, what the heck?
I like Callie Picker's comment.
Yeah. I'm trying to look at the Dollar Tree now, like to see. Yeah.
I'm just giving you tips. I don't care if you do or don't. But.
Oh, I know. No, I like your tips. And one of these days, it's that deal. You know me by now. Like it takes me forever to like get through my stages of whatever. Like I'm finally like really cross listing. Mm-hmm. You know, like I did a little. I paid for list for like 4 months.
I know Brock's on Amazon. Most people are gated on. I'm on gated in Brock's, but all the stuff I show you is usually not non-gated and all that stuff. So
yeah.
There's 10 million ways to skin a cat. So
yeah, no, it's like I said. Soon, once I'm caught up pretty much in all my bookkeeping. Finally, like cost of goods, and GoDaddy, and I'm like checking it every day and updating. Like I'm getting more systems now, like in place. So it's like here soon, I'll be caught up with death because my mom keeps giving me stuff, but some of it's good, like women's purses and things, and things I bought at these garage sales. So I'm like, soon I'll be able to like look for shoes and some, start out with a few things you suggest, and either start Amazon or just see if it's a good eBay or both or something.
Right.
I know. I wish I had the time in the world to do more Amazon. I know Scott's would be a big help for me. Like I have those two iPads I bought, and they're worth like $150 on Amazon, but they're just not. I haven't listed it on them. I have them on eBay, and I've gotten 3 people yelled at me, "You're price gouging," and I'm like, "Well, you can't find these anywhere." Where they did the dryer bar. Remember, I showed you, Scott.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They're like, "I'll offer you 40." I'm like, "No, I'll take 120." I don't care. I'll sit on them. Sorry.
Which ones do you have in stock?
I'll go show you them. It's those dryer. It was the old school Tide dryer balls that would stick to the bottom of the dryer. Yeah, those. They don't make those anymore.
Hold on. You'll get your price. You just got to be patient, especially at Christmas time.
Oh yeah, that's why I don't ever. It doesn't a big deal to me. I'll listen. I let my girlfriend listed it, and we just let it sit. Here they are. I bought 2 packages of these for $1 at Goodwill.
Yep.
Remember hold on.
I remember those. Yeah, I was showing you those.
There we go. Yeah, the dryer bar bounce. Yep.
Oh, you were showing me those.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Yeah, those I have them for like 120. I had 2 people yell at me about it. I'm like, dude, come on. I know you want it. You know you need it. You're not going to find anything else. Did you see what they're doing to Amazon sellers now that are price gouging?
Well, they always, they got the huge guys that are price gouging. But if you look at Amazon, and especially on Keepa, it's like the stock market. It goes up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. You can look at it, and you can set your price, and it'll go up and down, up and down, up and down. Where you want to price your item is up to you. but Keep It will tell you what it's sold for in the past and what it will sell for and how much it's selling for now and stuff like that. So I just think I know Brian Texas Treasures does the stock market. Amazon is my stock market.
Yeah.
You can go on there, and I can go on there, and I can see stuff that sold for $100, $150, and the next day sell for $30, $40 or whatever. Like the Orange Crush Tide or the Orange Crush.
Yeah.
Those was $11.99 the other day. Now I'm selling them for $29.99 because
how many are selling in the pack?
Huh?
How many's in the pack? Is it like the Arizona ones we have?
Yeah, it's like the 12 packs, like the other ones. But yeah,
you got to send me a picture of it so I can find those. We have a bunch of Dollar Trees over here.
And then but I just waited. That's the only thing. I knew it was going to go up. The pineapple ones I showed you guys go back up. They're back up there. So there's what it's and then Christmas time it's crazy. It goes up, down, up, down, because people go out of stock. So yeah.
Yeah, I know you said you're holding certain depending on what it is, to let it come back, or if it's flooded, come back just price wise even bigger.
And you can see where people sell out at like the December 10th, 20th, or not the 20th, but right before Christmas, and they won in 2 days, so the price skyjacks. And I did see a couple toys, but I think everything's going to triple in price just because everybody's going to be shopping on Amazon, and Amazon is not ready for that. They're not ready yet. They're shipping stuff 2-3. There is no more Amazon Prime. They're shipping stuff 3-4 days late and then getting away with it. So there's no more Amazon Prime anymore.
Oh. I think Amazon would even Target and try to sell candy corn pumpkins.
The one pumpkin.
And I admit, the more we talk about, or I look up candy corn, as gross as it probably is, I want to buy some and eat some.
Those ones. We also got
the pumpkins are selling.
We also got these ones too that are limited. So if you
that's limited. All
right, so we have to put this up here in case we find it. We have to let Callie pick her know.
Yep.
Tigger body pillow for personal use. Don't judge. Tigger is like Winnie the Pooh.
That is funny. All right.
I like when Kevin, like right now, he's having a face or in the screen because you're so you're trying to work. It's fine. It's just funny because you're like this and you're talking and we can see like an ear.
Oh yeah.
About 7 minutes ago, there was like this. It looked like a cloud of something went by, but someone was talking, and I was
before you did it, you could hear him like dying in the background, like he was just coughing his lungs out.
I'm like, what are you smoking in there, Kevin?
Scott, could you imagine what I was doing? I think Callie knows a little bit about what I was doing.
I know exactly what you're doing.
Yeah. Well, now because
everyone knows that cough. Okay.
I remember one of our video calls when it was just us three and Brian. And Kevin was on his porch. This is like in the spring, and he's on his porch. Yeah, like in shorts, super relaxed. Yeah,
exactly.
That way, very relaxed.
Right now, I'm trying to figure out. Right now, I'm trying to figure out if the Sander's on or off before I plug it in.
Wow,
that would be
I'm
good.
doing pretty well tonight. Oh, I need it, man. I had a rough day at work today. Oh. I was pissed off. I was really upset.
Message from Callie.
Yep.
What did you say? Oh yeah, James knows it's that good stuff.
All right, guys, I'm gonna go watch some football. So.
That's
right,
Thursday night football back.
And the Heat.
I heard the Cowboys are going to let some fans in. Are they gonna let that in?
My dad, nobody could buy season tickets this year. Like it wasn't even an option. And then Dad with his health and and some of it's not much, but he's had he had a UTI a couple weeks ago, and that was bad. And it's been slow.
It makes sense not to get season tickets this year.
And
I would not pay for season tickets this year
with his AFib, and so we could have gotten on the list to buy single game.
Right.
But I told him I don't want to go out in a crowd. Now the only bad thing is he's missed in 60 seasons. He said 3 home games. For a long time it was 2. 3 out of what is that? 600 home games, and it's kind of a pride thing. But I was like, Dad, this year it doesn't count. There are no season tickets. There's Corona. You're 82 and super high risk. It just doesn't count.
Make sense.
He loves going to sports. So right now, y'all know the story since his life kind of, and there's no games we've gone to for months. At least he can watch the Rangers. The Stars are now in the Stanley Cup Finals.
Yeah.
But he said the other day because the World Series is going to be played here.
Right.
And he's like, if they let fans in, he's like, if the tickets are reasonable, well, that's all relative. For my dad, reasonable means, he's like,
nice.
And I admit, I would probably go to a World Series, especially if it's the Dodgers, because Kershaw's from where I grew up, the part of Dallas. But I'm like, I don't want to be around a ton of people just for a game. I'm I've gone to 300 Cowboy games myself. I don't want to be around crowds just for a game.
I'm loving sports right now, though. I'm loving baseball with the shortened season. I'm loving basketball.
Oh, I'm watching basketball.
The LA Clippers getting beat by the Nuggets. I didn't see that one coming.
Oh, that was great.
There's no home court advantage, so anybody could beat anybody right now.
Yeah.
I.e. the Rams beating the Cowboys the other day. So
yeah. So,
well,
maybe next year it'll be more normal, and you can come down and we'll go to game.
Like I said, they're only going to allow 6,000 fans in Jerry World. So
because Jerry's got to make money, of course.
Well, they're Cowboys are losing $77 million, I think it is, each home game. Each home game they're losing $77 million.
Yeah, I didn't realize how much. Yeah, on this local sports radio they said that.
Yep.
And I feel for when they lose the money, I feel bad for the concessions people. The
exactly. That's who's losing. Those guys.
It's the players are getting paid. Jerry's fine. It's the people that I'm not saying I'm better, but I'm not even as worried about money as I maybe should be with no steady income. It's the people that's their side hustle. How Uber or reselling was compared to my teaching, or something. I'm I feel bad for them. That
definitely. They're the ones that work the real jobs. You know what I mean? They're the ones that serve the food. And that's man, you're dealing with so many people, and that sucks, man.
Real is also essential to have a job.
Yeah, they need a job.
I have a credit card. If I have to charge rent for a year, okay. I mean, I don't want to have to do it. But let's say my sales, I do everything and it doesn't grow, or I don't, and I just make enough to pay the other bills and I have to charge rent. That's a first world problem that I have a credit card that I can pay rent for a year. I mean, it is, so I'm lucky that I don't have to go
be nice.
Well,
Kevin's cracking me up over here. Sorry. Anyways, I'm going to go, guys.
All right, man. It was a pleasure. Always a pleasure having
James, the Cowboys got way more than 25 fans. We got fans all over the place.
No, I think he said they're only letting 25 fans in.
Well, no, I think he's saying they only have 25 fans.
To have them come in then?
Huh?
That wouldn't even be worth it.
They are having I think it's going to be 12,000. I mean, sure, out of 80 or something. The governor, I think, said it could be a quarter, but I think they're even going smaller because they're trying to I don't know how they're doing it, but let's just say we had season tickets together. We all would sit together, but then they're still going to try to space that next group out. Kind of, I guess how I saw the Chiefs last week. It looked like they still are trying to, but I'm for us, if my dad and I, we have 4 tickets, but we've sold 2 to a lot of the games because it's just me and him now. But our buddy David in front of us, well, he's not part of our group. So we obviously wouldn't be in our seats. He probably wouldn't be in his, which isn't a big deal. But you're how did they even figure that out? You know what I mean? To space you apart. You know.
Yeah. Well, I went
Hey,
to
you can be
Darlington.
for the Bolts, and this is where I'll be kind of a dick. Scoreboard, Super Bowl. Where you at, Bolts? There you go. Enough said.
I went to Darlington a few weeks ago for the race, and they had everybody spread out. I mean, they had like 10,000 fans.
Yeah.
But I mean, everyone were fine. We weren't even wearing it. Like when we got to the seats, most people weren't even wearing their masks because everyone was already socially distanced. It was
Yeah.
like, it felt really good because it was easy to get in, easy to get out. There was no wait. Every time like there was a caution, we went to get something to eat, or like there was the end of the stages, there was like no wait. I think there was one time actually I went and I was the first person in line, and it was during a caution. So I was like, wow, this is insane. Normally there would always be packed.
Yeah.
So I think they've done a great job with social distance, man. They make you wear your mask inside the whole place, except for like when you get in your seats, which they really don't care about if you put them on or off. But everyone just did what they're supposed to do. Super easy. And it was nice.
Most of the stuff outside of a mask is if you were handling it the right way, having proper cleaning your hands properly and doing things we should have been doing before the pandemic.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah,
it's nothing new. I mean, how people go, how is this new? It's not. It's being clean. It's being conscious of not getting sick to begin with. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just feel bad, like you said. I feel bad for people that should be working right now and they're not. They're losing their jobs. What you're seeing right now, and I'm noticing, and you guys probably can agree with me, and I hate this because this sucks. Remember how Walmart got rid of a lot of those small 5 and dime places back in the day, like the 80s?
Yeah.
Now you're seeing a change where you're seeing again because of this virus. So you're seeing a lot of these small places getting murdered by Amazon and Walmart right now because they can't do anything. They can't even open up their shop. And it sucks because you know why? After all this stuff has happened, the cost of goods are going to be more expensive to buy. Not for Walmart or Amazon. For your average American that has a small business that relies on this, and the prices are usually higher, but you get a better customer service experience and you get to know that person. Unlike if you're going to a big box store or like Amazon or whatever. It sucks because you see a lot of those small mom and pop shops going away. And I don't think you'll ever see stuff like that again. The small shop. It sucks. And I think it's awful.
Yeah, I have some friends I know from my running group, and they own a pie shop that they opened year and a half ago. And Erin, the wife, she still has her businessy job. And Sean had taught culinary at the junior college. And so they opened the pie shop in like a great location, like right in my greater neighborhood, near some other like restaurants and stuff, a real busy street that I'm up in. Like I was going up it earlier when I was taking my cousin somewhere, but like it's a pie shop. And so it's like, sure, the pies are expensive, but because it's pie, and I don't mind, I don't go often, but it's like they've had to replace something out back, something broke, and like I didn't realize that like that's on them. It's not in the center they rent from. So like they had several things happen, plus just normal bills. So they're getting by because they only had a few employees or whatever. But it's like Erin will post on her face, keep going to local, whatever, because like they know all these other small businessy people that have gone under. And like, like now I'm like, oh yeah, that restaurant, The Lot, that closed. I'm like, well, at least that guy has this other Tex-Mex that when I picked up from there, like right when it started, he's like, it's going pretty good considering we didn't know what to expect. And like that guy can hold on because his family, like 100 years ago, started this. It's now a chain here that they sold. But I'm like, yeah, there's so many mom and pop, whatever, restaurants, the mom and pop convenience store. Maybe the convenience stores are hanging on better, but yeah, like things like that.
They say COVID and not being able to go back to work has been 60% of the reason why of all these closures right now. It's all these businesses, like 60% of these businesses, and that's awful. And that should never have happened,
Because like I don't even like this has made me for the first time in like probably over a decade I go to the grocery store all the time now. And I used to just pick up every night. Yeah, it's like nice to be like tonight I picked up a pizza, but I'll get 3 meals out of it. So, it's like it's also nice to just go to the store and be like, oh, there's a pizza there, or my veggie chicken nuggets, which are actually quite delicious, whatever. And
That's like after this stream, Joy cooked chicken and rice, and I cannot wait to eat that. So
I always say, I wonder what happened to the alcoholics that always had to go to the bar every night. I used to be that type of person. And that, what happened to them? Because that COVID, no bars. You know what I mean?
The ABC store, it stayed open.
Well, our bars here have closed. Some have been able to reopen recently. They applied for a different permit, and they already maybe served food. Some served a lot of food, but it wasn't enough percentage to stay open as a restaurant. So then the legislature or the governor signed something to try to help. So they still maybe can't sell the alcohol, or maybe they can a little, but they were able to reopen like restaurant, or whatever. But like our liquor stores, my God, when this first started, there's one that I go by all the time. It was packed all the time. And as a non-drinker, I'm like, okay, it'd be like, here, for me, it'd be like soda or something, But I kind of get it. But you're like, and I get it for the alcoholics. But for like casual person, I'm like, you can't just not have your 3 beers in a week, like, But so, yeah, for the people that need it to function, I guess here they're just going to the liquor store and drinking at home alone, which can create a whole nother set of problems, At least, like, I guess if you're at a bar, you have social. Now you're.
Well, I can honestly say that is the one thing in life that I really don't miss anymore.
What you say, Alden?
I really don't miss anymore. Like, I used to, over 4 years, almost 5 years, whatever. I don't have the urge to drink no more. Like, there's so many other things in life. It's like, I'll stick to this. You know what I mean? Everybody's going to me for diet, but
how long?
I have a beer I bought, like a big one I bought like 3 months ago. I walked in 7-Eleven, it sounded good. By the time I got it home, I think I bought like a Coke, a Gatorade, and the giant whatever beer. I had either the Coke or the Gatorade because that sounded better. So that beer in my fridge for years, conceivably, because no one ever comes over here, and I don't think of usually drinking it. Like I might see it, and I'm like, oh, well, I want water, Gatorade, or So
I used to love alcohol. I'd always be drinking every single day. I'd be that idiot at the bar every single night before I met my girlfriend.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
But I've been 15 months sober since I hate hangovers, and I finally had a hangover and had alcohol poisoning. And I puked the whole morning, and I actually had the only time I felt better is when I went to the hospital and got an IV put in me because I was so dehydrated from it. I was bad. Yeah. And that's when I was puking the bottom of the toilet. I remember saying to myself, I tell Ashley this all the time because Ashley was actually with me. We just started dating. See, she's been there for all my bad parts. The puking, going through that. But that's when you know someone loves you.
Absolutely.
But it was like, I said, there's a silver lining here. I'm getting too old for this shit, man. I don't like these hangovers. I get depressed when I drink. It turns from fun. Like if there was a drug that would give you a buzz, like that kind of like, when you first get a buzz on having drinking, like that would be cool. Yeah. But what I just always drank too much and it wasn't too good for me. Yeah. Personally, I would call up my dad for 3 years.
I get it.
Just be weird. It was weird.
I have some other addictions that I'm still battling at times, so I get it. I'm just like, for me, part of me is glad that I never got into drugs or alcohol. My battles are just as strong. They're just other, but part of me is like, my brain wiring is the same as like the alcohol, but at least my body doesn't need, the alcohol, if that makes sense. Like I've had periods where at one point I'm like going, God, I'd rather have that struggle than what I'm battling with because it just involves more parts of your life, I guess, kind of, as I'll say. But it's like, now I am just glad to be like, no, I'm glad I just, didn't go down the road of because my parents weren't drinkers like casually at all. And growing up in the 80s, when there was the big don't do drugs, and my parents said don't do drugs, well, then it's that simple. Don't do drugs. Why would I mean, they said so.
Yeah,
You know?
I had to come on with my mask. Hi, guys. Yeah, I didn't want to get Corona from Kevin.
Hey, Kevin. How you doing? Why you get your mask on, man? You're inside. You're by yourself.
Well, you were on the chat, so I didn't want to get COVID from you.
Oh, okay. I get it.
You'll come through the little holes in your computer.
I saw a guy today with the what are they? He had a foot. His foot was fitted like that, and it was like he was walking normal. He had that. What is that? Both things. It's like a
articulation. I have to graduate from this to that one.
Yeah, that's where you.
This is what I'm going to work to. I don't know what that has to do with it. It's the one. It's the curve forward.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like it goes like this, like kind of like
this.
It's a full arc, and so I'm gonna. Hopefully, I'll be able to go hiking. So
yeah,
nice. That's a good goal. Yeah.
We'll see what a bit when you come running across the track.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if I'll be doing the running, but I need it for hiking. You know, this one is stiff, so I can't go at an angle. That'll really mess me up. So, but once I get the articulation one, you can do steps or a little bit of an angle, and then after that, then I want one that can dig in and climb up hills. So,
where are you going to go hiking?
I'm going to do another 10-day trek over the Sierras again.
That is freaking awesome, man. I've always wanted to go to like Sierra Nevada. We were just watching a documentary on it actually a few days ago. It was Theodore Roosevelt, I think, would visit the park on one of his trips back in the day.
Sequoia National Park. That was my backyard when I lived in Three Rivers. Yeah, we'd go up there all the time. I did one time. I did the 10-day trek.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. We just found out this big one. There's like a basin in North Carolina. It's called Grandfather Mountain, and it has a huge descent. Oh, you know what it is, Alton?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I want to try to do that. I just found it out, but there's also one that it's what is it? Where it's the ladders, ropes and ladders. It's this hiking trail, and it's like literally because the 5,000-foot drop in the up over by not the Appalachians. What's that mountain?
The Alleghenies.
What?
Alleghenies or the Smoky Mountains?
It's no. What is the name of the Blue Ridge Mountains? The Blue Ridge Highway. Yeah, it's on the Parkway. Sorry, it's on there. They have a suspension bridge. I want to do that. And I hate heights. But when I saw, I got to send you guys a video later. I'll put you in a private chat. See the video. You'd be like, holy shit. There's this one trail where you're like, you have the fall cliff. There's no ropes or ladder. You're walking. And then the ladders, I was thinking, it's like, it's probably safe. The ladder is like it's not a wooden ladder, but it's a metal into the rock. And I was like, and it shows you pans up, and I'm just like, I was holding my girlfriend. The last time I got that scared, and I wasn't really doing it, but I was watching it, was we were watching, what's his name, climb the face of Alex.
Oh, yeah, the solo, the free.
Oh, my God.
Free
that was awesome. That's how I felt watching it. I got to send you guys a video later. Yeah. I want to eventually work my way up to that. Well, because it kind of feels heights. I don't like
my
heights.
My feet are sweating right now. You talking about that? It sounds so awful.
Was it
I don't do heights at all. That's
I'll send the video. We're supposed to do this hiking trail. We went up to North Carolina a few weeks ago. What is it? Chimney Rock? No, we already Chimney Rocks. Table Rock. If anybody knows what Table Rock is in Brevard, North Carolina. And it's a big, like a rock face like you see in Yukon or whatever it is. It's like that. But I was just too tired. We went to Triple Falls the day before where they filmed Geronimo and the Hunger Games. They filmed it in that forest. And so we went to those falls, and we were burnt the frig out.
I know that Table Rock is no joke. Yeah. Huh? Yeah, that Table Rock, it's just like bam, this like
It is.
out of nowhere. It's like a mountain or big hill, whichever. I guess small mountain, and then this extra giant part, like a dinosaur ridge. Like, yeah.
Dude, so when you're on Chimney Rock, no, when you're on Table Rock and you look across, it's Chimney Rock. Now look up Chimney. No, is it Table Rock? No, if you look up Bald Rock, you can see across. That's Chimney Rock. No,
Okay.
that's the other one. What was it? I get them all confused because there's so many out there. That's Table Rock. And it's so like scary just to look at it from Bald Rock.
Bald Rock, yeah. Sorry, Bald Rock has this drop into a lake or something.
Yeah.
Maybe. Well, I do this thing here.
Yeah, guys, you gotta are you guys doing it right now, dude? It's
there's the short one that if you ever come up, we'll go do it. It's a little short one. It's like a mile hike. It's not that bad. But the view of it's amazing. It's called the Devil's Courthouse.
Have you ever heard of the Devil's Courthouse?
To me,
yeah, she says she's heard it.
Yeah. So to me, it's not that bad.
Is that it?
There's a few pieces that are like really steep to get up. I mean, you feel like you're leaning like that, like forward.
Yeah.
But it's a good little hike. We took our kids to do it. Was a couple years ago, and going down is so much easier, but more dangerous at the same time. You feel like you're going to just run and fall, So
that's the question I always ask myself. Oh, later, James.
No, I was waving to Danica. Danica came in. So I was waving to her.
That's what I was always thinking. I always think that when somebody goes up a mountain or up a cliff, and you're like, well, you go up, they're obviously not going to get you in a helicopter. How the hell do you get back down? And that's yeah, you're like this. I said about the Grandfather Mountain. I said that to Ashley. I said, "Oh my God, they're all the way up there, and like it's just a total cliff when you get up there, and you actually have to be trained for it." But when you get up there, I look at it. I'm like, "Do you have to go all the way back down those ladders and out the other side?" Oh my God, I was just like anxiety driven just watching it, just thinking you got to go back, like you said, you got to turn back around and go.
Yeah, I'm a buddy I grew up with here in Dallas, and he's lived in Park City for for a while. First, he was in Salt Lake doing residency. Then when he became an anesthesiologist and, made the money, he can afford Park City. And so they've lived there for, I don't know, like 16, 17 years raising the kids there. So they're super outdoorsy, or whatever. And like the kids do ski jumping because they got that ski jumping, the Olympic deal. The son, like up until a few years ago, I could have maybe beat him in a trail race when he was like 10. Now he would just crush me as a high schooler, But they do these hikes and they travel all over. They have like a travel trailer, and they've gone all over the West Coast, up to Seattle and whatever. And they'll do those like hikes. And when Chris and I, we'll go do like an 18-mile hike along like the ski resorts. And that to me is scary enough. If you look down and you're like, and he'll be like, oh, this is like a black run. And I'm looking down going, okay, we've been standing for 5 minutes. Let's go back into the trees where I don't feel like I might fall and die. But he's talked about some of the things like that. And I'm just like, no, I've looked up the pictures and I'm like, no, not if I'm having to with steel cables and other people are going the other way. And I'm like, I will die because I think I'm going to die. So I'm like, I don't need to put the energy out there.
It's so freaking scary, man. Like, but it's pretty fun.
Val is no, you didn't give me sick. Val was just partaking in some zombie kush.
Oh yeah, the wreck.
I luck, junk lady, luck, junk lady, luck, junk lady, luck, junk there.
Whoa,
that's the 5 I used to joke and say her name. Like Kevin, you're like, there's one of the better, more fun hikes I did was in Vancouver a few years ago. There's like a ski resort. So my friends and I, we had run a marathon, like most 23 of the 26 miles was downhill, like gentle.
Oh.
Still made your legs sore, but it wasn't horribly steep. Like it didn't ruin your legs. So then we drove up to Vancouver a couple of days later, and we go up, and it's only like 1.5 miles or 2 miles up, but it was just so steep that like the good thing it stretched our hamstrings out. But when we got to the top, we ate, took in the sights. They had like a grizzly bear, some animals. We got on the tram. Most people took the tram up and down, but there were some people running up and then running down, and it was fairly steep in some parts where you're like hands and knees to like get the right foot placement and stuff.
Yeah.
And that was not creeping up at parts. You're like, if I slip, I'm just going to fall, but it's 10 feet and I could hit my head on, something. I'm like, dude, I can handle that. Weird. But
if you guys ever seen Pretty Place in Brevard? Google Pretty Place real quick.
I don't know if I want to do that. I bet there's all kinds of things will come up with that search.
No, you're talking about. It's in
Pretty Place in Brevard.
Yeah, it's in Brevard,
North Carolina, right?
South Carolina, Greenville.
Oh, South Carolina. Oh, I have friends who live.
Searching Pretty Face on Google, that'll come up with all kinds of results.
Pretty Place.
Oh, Pretty Place. Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty Place, Chapel in the Sky, Greenville, South Carolina. Yeah. It's amazing. Oh, yeah. If I get married, that's the place.
And it's only, I think my girlfriend said it was like $2,500, right? $1,500.
Oh my
and then
God,
and it's always booked though. Like every time we go out there, we usually always like to go out there and see it. We have to. There's always bookings, so it's hard.
My God, it's unreal.
Huh?
It's unreal, the view.
We actually got out onto the rock, so like where that it stops past that the cross. There's that.
Yeah. I'm gonna share my screen here, Alton.
Yeah, there's a little. Like there's this much, like there's about 8-foot rock in front of it, and then it's just a cliff. So like people were going out on that, and I was like, So we went out there, and I barely went out there though. My girlfriend got close, and my anxiety just went through the roof, man. I was like, no. Yeah, it is so beautiful.
Oh, I might have to share a different tab now. Hold on.
I searched up Pretty Face, and yeah, I'm not going to share.
Hold on, I got to share the different tab now. Hold on, I forgot when you. I forgot when you open another tab, you got to like click the next.
She said.
Yeah, it's
Is it showing it now?
Let's add it. Let's see.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So like, look, just that view, and that's like fall.
And they're at the right time of day. Like that's the sun. If you were going to go back up, that's the sun setting on that side.
Yeah.
It is so gorgeous at that time. I mean, even though when we went last time in the morning, it was nothing compared to when we went at just before nightfall. It's gorgeous.
In Yosemite, in regards to
click the link I put in the chat.
In Yosemite Falls, certain times of the year, the sun will hit the waterfall to where it looks like lava flowing down the waterfall.
Yosemite,
people take pictures of it, but it is nothing that can compare it to being there. Yeah,
I think everybody should put Yosemite on their bucket list. That is just such an amazing place. I mean, I wish I was like, remember Ansel Adams, the famous photographer?
Yeah,
like the greatest landscape photographer.
My hero. Yes,
I would have loved to just seen what he saw. Like, you know what I mean? I think one of his first best pictures he ever did was when he's in. I think he's in Arizona, and it's all like. He kind of minimizes like the road, and you just see like the sun going down. Yeah, that was one of my favorites of all time.
Yeah,
there.
So there's when it's green. I mean, that's just a cool view. Yeah.
It's amazing.
That's cool. Have any of you ever been to Sedona, Arizona?
No.
If you ever go out there, it's probably like I went when my dad and ex-stepmom, we went to spring training because the Rangers train out near Phoenix. Yeah. So one year we went, and it's like an hour and a half from Phoenix, and it has like the sunset is just unreal with these like red rocks, giant cliffs where they film movies, and they have this chapel like built into part of it's like built in the like cliff or something. It's different view than that, but it's that same like awe sort of like super cool.
I've never been to Sedona, but I did sell a cup and saucer set on eBay that had Sedona, Arizona. Souvenir one.
And if you ever go to the Grand Canyon, we did that on that same trip, or the next year we went to spring training. So we went and stood on the side of it, and I admit I was the guy that did actually say, "Holy S, this is really effing big," which I know is lame. But when you see it in person, I'd flown over the Grand Canyon, like going to LA or Seattle, and that's impressive in a plane. But when you see it in person, it is just mind-blowing. We then took like the little small like plane that held like 20 people. That was kind of freaky because it's like so shaky, you know. And I'm like, oh my god, I am gonna die. I'm like, well, at least I'll be on the news. But so we were like low. It felt like, you know, like, and you could. It was so cool. Like, so if you go to the Grand Canyon and can afford it, do like that 20-seater plane that you're above the canyon, but it doesn't feel like that much.
But you know? I want to see the one where what is the one that it's in Grand Canyon where you can see below.
Like that.
Like that. I want to go do that. I bet you I'd be shitting myself, man. I'd be like, Ashley, come check my underwear. I'd be crawling. Bro, I'd be crawling around on that thing. I would not be standing just because it's so intimidating. You know what I mean? That knowing that
we need to do.
If there's like an earthquake at this time, we can all be dead. No question about it. We're dead.
Bye. Yeah. At least you know it's over. Yeah.
Oh yeah. No trip.
We need to plan a trip out and go hang with Clay and go on one of his hiking trail one day and see how we fare.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially let me keep getting in good shape, right? Yeah. Then like, come on. No. When I've done like I say, with my buddy, I've gone to Park City. When we've done like a 15 or 18 mile, we're not going fast. And we take like 6, 7, 8 hours, you know. We stop, we eat. Like it's not maybe it's 10 hours. I don't know. Like we're not in any hurry. Because like he's in better shape than me because he does all the like they stopped snow skiing or downhill. He and his wife got into like snowshoe and cross country a few years ago, and they'll still run with the kids, but the kids stopped downhill. That's when they did the ski jumping. Now they're into like biathlon, so like cross country and the rifle or something. You know? But
Kevin remembers when we used to do the live streams, the Hangouts, the Google Hangouts, years ago.
Yeah,
and we'd have like an all-night hangout drinking session.
Oh God,
with Sarah and Dave, and there's one time I think Dave passed out, and Sarah was still sitting there drinking wine, and said, "Okay, I'm going for a hike." So I left for a couple of days. And they got because I didn't take my phone with them. I just left every home. I went for a hike.
That's funny.
Yeah, dude. Like,
my outlet, my hobby was hiking.
Yeah, I wish I lived near a place. We have okay trails, but it's not like, North Carolina or like I did a trail race in Chattanooga a few years ago. It was a 3-day thing, and I didn't qualify to run the third day. I still could have. I just wouldn't have gotten like the medal, which I didn't care about. But I did like the first day, which was 18, and the next was 22, and coming from here, I tried to do like training like on the treadmill with like, incline and doing stairs. But at that point, I wasn't as serious. That was in 2015. It wasn't until like 2016 when I took my marathoning more serious. Like, oh, I can get fast. I did better training.
Yeah.
But I tried to just like trudge up because even though, it's the Appalachians. That, it's not sure the Rockies, but that's still a real mountain. So it was like run up or walk up, speed walk the best I could, and then try to run the parts down as best I could when I wasn't so tired. So when I got done that second day, I'm like, I did 40 miles in like 20 something hours, 2 different races, but I was so tired because I'm like, at that point I was only running an average of like 30 miles a week total. So I'm like, I called my buddy who was supposed to go, but had gotten hurt. And I'm like, I'm not going to do it. I feel bad. He's like, I don't care, man. He's like, you did great for your training. And it was really pretty. And I want to go back, but like this year they didn't do it. I started to.
Appalachian?
Yeah, it's in Chattanooga because there's so many different mountains around.
Did you go from the beginning of the Appalachian Trail to the end?
No. This is just 3 different mountains surrounding Chattanooga.
Yeah, they have a whole trail.
Oh, I know.
I would love
long one.
But
I know.
One thing I get scared of is bears. That's the only thing.
Bears are more afraid of you than you're afraid of bears.
Yeah.
Well, unless you have food. I don't know.
Yeah,
No,
they're
more afraid of you than you are them. They even if you have food in your hand. I mean, if you are have food in a ice chest, they'll try to sneak up and steal it. But any noise, they're gonna run.
And if their babies are near you, but that's any animal if their babies are near you. But
no, there are animals that will you should be afraid of, and that would be
no. But I'm saying if their babies are near you, that's when the bears are gonna,
Oh yeah, the babies.
Well,
But I like that friend. He's seen bears like hiking, or when they used to live like not on like a ski and see out a neighborhood in Park City in the winter and fall. He sent me pictures like the bear outside their kitchen window. So you're like, you just don't take the trash. Let's say you need to take the trash out. Well, you're not taking it out right then.
I had one in California in the backyard. It was like a 400-pound bear.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, I have videotapes. They came in all the time.
Yeah.
I
was on Catherine Shelton's live, and I was sitting outside by the out back, and this one came up on the deck and said, "Oh, hold on a second, got to chase the bear away."
That's crazy.
What, Jay? What?
I know here I haven't seen a coyote in my neighborhood in probably like 3 years, but some of that's because I haven't been out running at 5 a.m. And I think it's cool to live. Like I live right near downtown, more or less, in the middle of all the concrete. So I think it's cool to actually every now and then still be like, hey, there's a little wild wilderness right in the middle of the city. If I go out where some friends live 40 miles away in the far suburbs, there's bobcats and, there's other. They haven't been
in a previous career or previous lifetime. I used to be a private investigator, and I set up one time in Oakland early in the morning, and I'm sitting there just waiting. It's like 5 o'clock, and all of a sudden I just see this coyote running down the street, and I'm thinking, "This is Oakland,
right? Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah. He was just leaving the Raiders game. The coyote would have been at the Raiders game, probably.
But James, how cool is that? Being a private investigator in Oakland, California.
10 years.
It doesn't get bigger than that. It's got to have a lot of action.
Well, I had my office was in San Francisco, but I worked the whole state.
San Fran? How the hell could you? That's insane.
It was a lucrative business.
Damn, that's awesome.
And where it got ridiculous, I guess too.
I'd charge out, from $125 to $185 an hour.
Yeah, but I mean, San Fran blew up in price too, maybe. Yeah, that's a good hourly rate. I'll take that.
Hell yeah.
Nothing to sneeze at there.
No.
It was hard work, though. It was long hours. You
for sure.
22 days on, take a day off, 16 days off, or 16 days on, take another day off.
Yeah.
Have you,
and I have some of those clips on my YouTube channel, too. Some of the cases I did. I put it on there.
I'll have to go check that out.
Look at those, man.
I know, right?
You got me interested now.
Yeah, tomorrow while the kids are working, instead of doing cross-listing, I'll probably watch now, like going, "Oh, we know."
Yeah, I saved every single video because I had to send it to the attorneys and different clients.
Yeah.
So I saved every single one of them, and I should put some more up there. I think I only have like just a few. Yeah.
It's like years of the private investigating.
What was your favorite case?
I didn't really have a favorite one. I had some.
Safe travels, Lady Luck Junk. Thank you.
Hey. One of the memorable ones. We did diamond transport.
See you, Dan.
They had a diamond shipment from the Port of Oakland going to Modesto, and we had the trail of cars, and We had this one vehicle come up on us and got too close, and so I kind of got in an accident and took him out, and couldn't prove anything, but he wouldn't press charges, and the CHP said, "Okay, go ahead and go." But I got a bonus for doing that.
Wow, really?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
and then I was offered one position to do. It was $5,000 a month or a week for 1 week work for doing witness protection, or not protection, but escort. This witness was going to go testify for a week at a trial.
Oh, that's cool.
And Long Beach on this MS-13
LBC.
And I said, no.
Nope. Hell no.
No. No, I want to be able to live and spend that money. Nothing. So.
Yeah, definitely not. Good thing, man. That's that's crazy. I could see the mafia, but that MS-13 totally different.
Yeah.
Oh, isn't that the weird deal where you're like going, please, I want the mafia after me. Out of the two, I think I might want the mafia after me versus MS-13.
Definitely.
What little I know from seeing MS-13 written on when we used to have a bunch of portable classrooms, I'd go into the restroom and I'd see like Sir 13, MS, like they were recruiting the junior high kids, and I was like going, because some of them had older brothers and sisters in the gangs, and that sort of stuff.
They go into the juvie system if they get caught.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I always gave the speech of, look, and sometimes some thought it was weird. I'm like, the only reason they joined the gang was because they want to hug. And like, they're not hugging each other. I'm like, they want attention. They got friends. Oh, yeah. Somebody's giving attention. They're bored. They don't have opportunities. Blah blah blah. It's like you can do that, but you're maybe shortening your life if you care, and you're going to end up jail or dead before you're my age. I was like, do what you want,
That's business. It is, Kevin.
Yeah, I'm watching. I'm kind of watching one clip. Like I just flipped back just a second. This guy who is going at the medical appointment. He's like walking around, getting tools out of his truck. August 9th, 2007, 9:06 a.m. Dunk, dunk. Yeah.
That could be his whole little...
Yeah, he's got a playlist. If you go look. So I'm going to leave this playlist, this tab open. So tomorrow.
I'm about to go look at that.
You remember
this investigation. I don't know why.
Yeah, one time at a Ranger game about...
You know Chris Green, when I did his interview, and we were talking before, he was just right then doing, he wrote the retail arbitrage and was doing the online arbitrage was just coming out. And he said, you should take some of those cases you have and just write a book about it. They got the print on demand for Amazon. You should do it. You make money on it. It's a great story.
Screenplay.
It would be. I'd read it. I don't even read much.
It makes me think I have a friend I went to high school with who does now he does reality TV producing for Facebook, but he used to be the head of casting for TLC, like Honey Boo Boo and all that for years.
Yeah.
He picked all those people, whatever. So he's really, really talented. And then going, I should email him on Facebook, be like going, I got a guy who's their PI. Do you want to hear his stories? Because every now and then I'm trying to think of how could I get Andy to make my something? And a few months ago, I watched his newest little dating thing, and I said, hey, you want to follow a 47-year-old guy who's tired of teaching, small-time reseller, trying to find love during Corona? And he wrote back, and he's like, it's not a bad idea. And I'm like, just saying,
Was it my other half does some channel like that where they go over investigations and stuff? My other half goes through this thing where it's the girl does her makeup on there on the YouTube channel, but she talks about all the investigations, but she talks about cold cases.
Huh.
It is the most intriguing thing. I could literally just listen to her. I don't care about watching her do her makeup.
Yeah.
The way she goes in depth, it's a great story. So the fact that like James has all these like investigation things, maybe like go through and talk about them. Like
make videos.
Experiences.
And let us know because I'll watch that shit in a heartbeat.
I've had so many people. In fact, it's this book right here.
Good stories.
So many people want me to read James Patterson book. You have a good voice for reading it. Dramatic.
Right. I can hear James tell me some investigation stories. Like,
I think James, short stories for each one. Keep it under 10 minutes, and then just do a video of you just literally holding the script and just talking over it.
Yeah,
that's what you should do. Each episode is a short experience in your life.
Yeah,
that would be freaking awesome.
Yeah,
and you don't have to say the exact names because obviously that's called their likeness. You can change, just change names, a little bit of the story. You can do whatever you want. It's fiction,
Yeah. But overlay it over those videos or something. Yeah.
Based on
it's super simple.
I'd watch
clips.
I definitely would. It's like
and I tell people about it. Yeah.
Joy watches it, and I think Bailey's got like a couple million subscribers. Her name's Bailey.
Oh, I'm sure. If you're doing something, like, people are gonna, for some reason, you're relaxing their brain. So I listen. Do you ever watch Alton Dashner's design? He does a lot of the mid-century refinishing. But that's how I started liking it, because I watch his videos. He doesn't really talk anything. Like, he's just doing step by step. He's tripping it, saying it, whatever. Yeah. And he does it self-promote. It's so monotone, and just his voice is so slow and relaxed, and you can understand him. And it's like it's like I feel like it massages my brain, and it's like such a relaxation. That's what you get with certain people. If you can be that person that can be Dashner, like with the way you can actually just say it nicely or whatever and connect to the audience, people aren't going to come to the stories much. They're going to come to hear you speak, and the stories is a bonus. That's what you're talking about. For the majority of the people are going to that girl's site or the makeup site to watch the makeup in her, and there is a following, I guarantee you, that are just there to listen to her stories.
Oh, yeah. And I think that's what says it's the most intriguing part, is that it's not necessarily about the makeup. It's about the stories, because she takes the time to investigate.
Yeah.
Like, she gets down like she was the investigator. And I'm
like
just
a good podcast.
Yeah.
It's
exactly.
a podcast. It's on YouTube. Yeah.
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 And man, it's just
Hollywood Hunters. I think it's called Hollywood Hunters, right, babe? There's this YouTube channel called, I think, Hollywood Hunters, if you guys can pull it up. He goes to these old Western towns. Like, I got a kick now on him. I'm starting to watch a lot of them. He goes to a lot of these Western towns like Modesto. I know James was talking about. The guy lives in Modesto, and he goes to a lot of the sites in that area. He's been to a lot of those Western towns. A lot of those Wild West cowboys and Indians have been killed. He'll try to find the grave site and stuff. It's a cool freaking channel. It's different, man, and he's not as big as the bigger guys like Adam the Woo. And a couple of those guys, or Jordan the Lion, but this guy I like his style. He's an older guy with his girlfriend. His girlfriend is a little out there, but it's all part of that's just who they are. It's a pretty cool show. It's called Hollywood Hunters, I think.
Okay.
Did somebody say crypto? What?
I have a family member in the house that he lives out in Texas, and life gets busy. It's hard to keep in touch with everybody, but he pops in every once in a while, and I know he's really big into the cryptocurrency, and it's something I'm still new to the game about. Trying to learn that market, and it's like anything, it takes time and understanding of what it really is doing. Well, he does really well in it, and I thought maybe sometime we'll get him on a live and let him just talk about his ups and downs and like things that he's experienced through crypto and things like that. So it's kind of funny he joined in and hanging out with us tonight. So
yeah, I'm into money.
Absolutely, and I think that's part of it. What could be the next hustle? Like for me, that's what my channel is about. Is It could be anything that deals with money, making it, whether it's saving money or just being smart with your money. So it always
right now, silver. Get rid of that green crap that those numbers on it is from the U.S. government. It says 1, 5, 10s, and 20s. Get rid of that shit. It's not going to be worth anything. So,
unfortunately, the way it's going, that's the way they're pushing it. So,
in fact, I bet your cousin will know this. It's the U.S. national debt clock. Let me open this up.
That my friend and we were
value of silver,
and I was like,
there.
I don't want to look at. I don't bother thinking about worrying about that anymore because it just keeps growing like what millions a second or something.
I'm not talking about that. It's just that's just the one portion on that debt clock. There's another portion over here that talks about the true value of silver and gold.
Yeah,
it was at probably about $100 an ounce for silver, the true value, because of the way the dollar is inflated. With all this stuff going on right now, it has now jumped up to over $4,000 an ounce for silver. Woo! That's what the true value of the dollar is to silver. Once we can start talking about negative interest rates too, which are they say it's not going to do it for 2 years. The Feds just came across, but we're in dangerous territory right now, and the world is going away from the dollar as the standard for currency. So inflation is going to start happening to where $5, $10, $15 coffees at Starbucks is not going to be outrageous. It's going to be $5 for a tall, $10 for a grande, or $15 for a venti coffee.
Well, James, you were living in California.
Yeah. Well, and now look at the start of it will be the service industry. You see in the postal service is going to be increasing prices, which they've already done. You'll see other things just start increasing prices for service things, and then it'll be the goods. So, yeah. Get rid of dollars, get into silver, get into Bitcoin, get into other currencies.
I still want to see them open up the.
Oh, wow. I'm looking at it here. It's showing that right now.
See how much gold.
How much is it? Like 4,000? What is it right now?
Right now it's at 3,980.
Okay, it's up a little bit.
Yeah.
Now they are going to do. There's a bill in Congress right now. It's by this other coalition, this group, caucus. Now they are going to. They want to issue multiple stimulus checks. They said, the hell with all you stupid idiot Republicans and Democrats. They're a conglomerate of Republicans and Democrats, and put this bill about into the Senate, I think, is what it's going to do. And the president wants it back, and they may have the numbers to get it back. So if that happens, that number is going to even increase even more, because all they're doing is just printing money out of thin air.
Yeah.
So
I think that's the interesting part is like they want to pass all this stuff and give this money, but it's like, okay, but you're putting how much money into the system with nothing to back it. And it's like, okay, not doesn't do anything for us in the long term. So,
and also parts of the bill, in case anybody's listening was interested, it's mortgage forbearance, student loan forbearance, forgiveness, rent assistance. There's some other things in it. It'll start helping a lot more. Food assistance too. So, well,
those things will be a good help, I'm sure. But at least until we get past this, and there's a what do you call it? Isn't there a time frame for that one? From what I was reading,
they want to do in the multiple checks. They want to do one now, possibly hit before the election, and then a second check will go March of 2021.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, that's a lot of money that's got to come from somewhere, and I'm just like, oh, like that doesn't impress me, but it hurts too.
Some places that it can come from is Amazon, with the not being taxed at all, have now every sale online percentage tax, a percentage fee of a penny think of every sale that happens online every fucking day. Every day. Sorry, but a penny per transaction. That would be fun. Yeah, that would pay for it. My candidate didn't make the race. Andrew Yang, fantastic economist. He wanted to do $1,000 a month check to every person in the U.S. forever. And it was not a welfare check. It was a dividend check. The United States has done so well. They need to be paid back, in dividends. And he was going to pay for it by doing this tax, taxing Amazon and putting a penny tax on every single online transaction that happens.
Well, it's not a bad way to look at it as an economy push. It's like you're doing so well off of the backs of these people. Push it back to them. Yeah, give it back to them.
Yeah, that's dividend checks. That's what happens in the stock market.
Exactly. What would you think that would equate in percentage? Like, how like some of the stocks they give you, like some of them are 3%, 6%. I mean, you think about the number that they push at a penny a transaction, regardless of the amount. The amount, right? That 1 penny could be a high dividend of 12%. If I'm actually doing the math right in my head, it's like that's a better return than most of the ones in the stock market. Mm-hmm. Especially if you're paying your people, that'd be crazy.
And you can even base it on the GDP if you want, so it can fluctuate like a cola.
Right.
So,
I like that shirt, James. What kind of shirt is that?
I forget which one it was. It was one that I got to resell, but I said no, it's too nice for me to resell. So
it's somebody would light that thing up, man. That's a nice pattern. I like that pattern.
I like it doing
I know it's not a Burberry.
Oh, this is where I say if there's women watching, they're going, we don't do this. I
don't know.
What was it from?
I don't know.
Well, there's a tag around the front right there, isn't it?
Right there. I can't read it.
Pull him up so we can read. Oh,
Structure.
Hold on. Structure. Yeah, that's a nice one. Yeah. I love that design.
Oh.
What is the logo at the bottom of the shirt there where it meets? What is that?
Probably the same thing. I'm so freaking blind. It's a name brand too.
Yeah.
Okay. It says Structure on it. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was like I like that. It's a good one.
Dude, that's so like 90s.
Kind of remind me of the Burberry.
The Nova
and stole that bastard. Show you what I found the other day.
Yeah, you could buy that and pay rent. This is Burberry.
Burberry's so expensive.
Yeah.
What's your best sell of the week so far?
Mine?
Yeah. Well, for everybody. We'll go through
it. It was that statue I just sold a couple hours ago for $100 of a woman breastfeeding with her tit and everything out with the baby breastfeeding on it. Guy bought it for $100 going to Burbank, California.
Got these for the thrift store, mom and pop thrift store for $1.
Oh, I heard you talking about those. I was listening the other day. Yeah, $140 they could sell for.
$160 to $400. They're Serengetis.
I couldn't see them. What are they from?
They're Serengetis.
Oh, they're nice.
If it'll come up.
Oh yeah, I see it. I see a little bit. I see it now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Saren part. Yeah.
Metal frames, glass lenses, and nice writing.
I would just keep them.
I did. I found a pair same weight like this before, years ago, and I listed them and I sold them for like $170. And I said, never again would I do it if I ever find them again. And I found some. I said, no, I'm not going to sell these. So
I think we've all done that a few times, saying like, shit, I wish I never sold that, and then coming upon it again and freaking snatching it up. Yep.
Like there's been things where it's like, I don't care if like I'll take all my Power Ranger stuff. Like everybody knows I'm a big Rangers fan, so I got pieces up there that I wish I had bought a long time ago, and it's now that I have the opportunity. It's like if I see a piece and it's something I want in my collection, I'm gonna get it at a good price. Don't get me wrong, but I'm gonna keep it. I don't care if I put $60 or $100 into it. It don't mean it's for sale ever. Like
that's exactly how I am with vintage NASCAR tees. Like I'm the same way. Vintage NASCAR tees and die cast too. By the way, I think you guys know Flipping Goodies.
Yep.
Yeah. Mike, yeah.
Yeah, Mike. I haven't talked to him in a while, but I think we were allowed to bring before we moved in because we let the people stay here an extra few weeks while their house was getting termited and tented. And so we let him stay here for a few weeks, and he got mad because we moved some of his stuff because we moved a couple boxes in. And I own the house. I can move whatever I want in. I don't think I can find those cars anymore. Those were one of the boxes I left here. I think he stole the goddamn beautiful. I've never seen these type of 124 Dale. I'm on a video with him, and he showed me him and everything.
Oh,
you could go back and see me. I think it's one of my videos. I have Mike on.
Yeah, you did. I watched that.
I think he stole them. But you know what? I know where this guy lives because when he signed the document on the closing, we were looking at a house that he bought in Lakeland. So I know exactly where he lives. Every now and then we drive by his house. But I got to really start looking for those again because I couldn't find. It's got to be he must have freaking stolen them, and because he was mad we moved the stuff around.
Yeah,
finding good stuff. Pretty much my whole closet is all from picking. It's all the cream of the crop stuff that I am no. I'm keeping that.
I found this at a yard sale for like 10 cents. Hold on, let's see if I can show it to you.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, Bill Elliott.
Really? Oh, Kevin will buy that.
Sorry, I was just accepting an offer. What is it?
Bill Elliott.
Bill from Dawsonville. The old McDonald's 94.
Is that what
that
this
was
is?
Beautiful.
Yeah, look.
I met him. I have a picture. I think if you go back to my Facebook pictures, I was at the All-Star race last year. I think Bill's a little cranky in real life. I went to the race last year.
Look at that.
Yeah. That's nice. I love Bill.
So,
but you ever meet a celebrity? 96. You ever met a celebrity and you're like really let down? Like, yeah. This is how I felt about Bill Elliott. So we dumbed our way onto the track before opening ceremonies. I literally bumped elbows with Joey Logano's wife. That was a huge thing for me. I was super excited about that. I met Rick Hendrick, who is probably like the greatest NASCAR owner of all time. He was super nice. I met him on pit road, and he stopped. I asked a few questions about Days of Thunder because there was a couple things. There was an episode that he did with Dale Earnhardt Jr. on his podcast, and I asked him a couple of the questions. He actually laughed about the questions I was asking, and he gave me some cool answers back. But that's how cool most of the NASCAR drivers are. They're very outgoing, very nice. Kevin Harvick's a dick. Bill Elliott, that was before pre-race.
He's a dick.
Oh, Kevin Harvick's a dick. Everyone knows it. He won't sign autographs.
Kind of just when he acts, though. I mean,
yeah. Oh, we were able to go on the red carpet for the last race of last year, and because we had pit passes, and they have a red carpet. All the celebrities. I met Ray Lewis, got his autograph. He was super nice to my girlfriend. Joe Gibbs got his autograph. And then Kevin Harvick, he just does this. He goes like this and just walks by everybody. He doesn't sign autographs, nothing. That's just and the guy next to me has met him 14 times, and he says because he really likes Kevin Harvick. He says that's just Kevin Harvick, man. He's a dick. He said after the 8th time, Kevin Harvick said because he saw him 3 times in one day. He says Harvick says to the guy, he goes, haven't I signed enough of my stuff for you? Are you going to sell these? And he's like, no, I'm a huge fan. But he was really, I guess he's like not a really good guy outside the scene. But a lot of people are like that.
I think my worst letdown, I think for me, and I looked it up. A lot of people say this. For me, I'm a big Star Trek fan.
Yeah.
William Shatner is an asshole.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry. Like, loved him acting.
I heard that. Yeah.
But, and honestly, one of the coolest ones that I have met because again, this is me driving Uber. Like I've been these people's Uber driver. Like, and it's so cool, right? So especially when they were doing like the Raleigh, the Comic-Cons and things like that, they'd come and visit. Well, they just take a quick ride to the hotel across the street down.
Oh yeah, you're not seeing them.
And one of the coolest ones in Raleigh, he was visiting family. Was the Browns quarterback Baker Mayfield. He was actually my favorite one that I've got to meet. And it's like that's why you drive Uber for fun on Friday nights and Saturday nights, because especially in a big city, you're going to meet.
You don't want to get busted though for drinking and driving. I mean, he's got a lot to lose.
Oh yeah,
airport at the airport, big time. Like in LA, that was my biggest letdown. Was I saw my future ex-wife, Alyssa Milano.
Oh God! Oh.
Such a bitch. Oh man, yeah.
You can just talk about
it to other people. I just observed and said, "Oh man, she's."
Some people just think they're privileged, and it's so freaking sad, man. You know, it's insane. But I mean, like, I the ones I think we all should look up to are like the police, the fire people from 9/11, all that's like that's one thing this year actually was pay attention to a lot of 9/11 stuff again.
Cue patriotic music.
Huh?
Cue patriotic music.
I wish I could find some. That's why I was actually kind of looking up. When you see me looking it up, I was trying to. Dang it, you caught me.
No, but it's you really like, man. Those are people that do a lot of shit for this country, and we really shit on them. The majority, a lot of people shit on them. They have no understanding of all the shit that they go through on a daily basis, especially military. The people that fought in our wars have been blown out, like, you know. Like yeah, exactly. You served our country. You know what I mean? That's the people we should be looking up to. They literally made a difference in life. Not some like prima donna football, basketball players that cry about their contract or they beg to be on a different, like Eli Manning. He begged to be on Giants. He couldn't go to, man, I forget what team it was, but they were a bad team. Yeah, that's what it was. He begged to go to Giants. I hate people like that. It's like, because you'll never learn. It's like, I guarantee if you meet that person out, he's most likely to be a dickhead. If I'm going to tell you or dictate where I want to go on my job and when I can and can't play, in real life, I'd be fired. You kidding me? They don't enjoy the fruits of our labor the way we freaking work our ass.
Here's a surprise. Human beings are assholes.
Yeah, it's getting worse.
All of us are.
We get out on a t-shirt. I would love that. I'd wear it.
What?
Human beings are assholes. It's all.
God, it's 100% true. Social media really changed our brains, especially.
We are the worst parasite on this planet. Yeah,
that's actually.
That's my new thing this year. We're beings. Some of us are human beings because if you have humanity, but a lot of people are just beings. And I try not to judge because everybody's got stuff. Some worse. Hopefully, I'm a believer in therapy. Everybody go to therapy and work on your stuff and try to be a better version every day, a little bit.
That's kind of like in our group. We try to encourage each other. You know, I think that's a positive. You know,
I just look for knobs and smoke weed.
That helps too.
That does help. It calms your nerves. That makes you happy.
Yeah, it does.
Is that you? Is that you? That hot stud right there? Is that your own pic? That's actually you, huh?
Yeah.
Damn. How old are you in that picture?
20. Let me guess. 20.
18.
Oh, damn.
I had to get my. I started school early, like 4 years old, so I graduated early, and I had to get my mom's permission to join the military.
Man, that's awesome. Well. Yeah.
Thank you for your service, though. Thank you.
Definitely, man. Hell yeah. When did you? I mean,
that was another lifetime ago. But yeah, that's one of my units. The 87. Excuse me.
Can you guys hear me? Am I stalled?
You're here. We can hear you just.
Yeah, I can't. You guys are all. You got your screens are the same, so I don't know if you guys can see me. Is that
the wrong one?
I was going to say, yeah, we are going to you. Myself.
I think
Grip
we
it.
realized what we were doing. He went, "Oh crap!"
Yeah.
James is
Right,
gripping and ripping it.
Yeah.
Oh, that is too funny. Oh, but no, I'm glad we got a chance to do this live. I am going to try to make. I guess a lot of people have actually made. Clay's not the only one. I got so many people messaging me today, going, "Are you going to do your Thursday night live?" And I'm like, "Has that become a thing for me?" Like, so
well,
quickly?
I just trying to encourage you, and also if Brian, I forgot that he had therapy today. You know, so I was just trying to be like, because when he went on Val's show the other day, I went on one night, and then he went on the other afternoon, and I watched. And she was like, "Well, Brian, are we going to do the mastermind and book club? Because we haven't in a few weeks. Because last time we did the mastermind, we had like 7 people, some new people, and it was growing. So that I was just trying to be like I said, if you're going to kind of do this, even though like Nanatique and Victoria are on right now, I'm like, Brian and I do Thursday nights because he's done with nights now. He's probably, or something.
Yeah, my biggest thing with doing a live is I don't want to step on everyone else's toes. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
there will always be somebody live, no matter what.
That's what you told me, James. Yeah, definitely. James has told me that a few times. It was never like that back in the day, James.
No, it wasn't. It was just us.
Nope,
yeah,
everybody worked around each other, and now
we had a schedule when Chris and Roxy made up that schedule for us. We all time slot and
I actually kind of like the 7:30 slot on Thursday night. It actually works well for me.
But nowadays there's so much you're gonna step on somebody's toes. Guess what? I bet there's an auction going on right now.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Hold on, let's find out. Let's look.
Yeah, just all you do is hit auction on the search, and then you do the filter and live, and boom, you'll see a bunch of them.
Let's just look here. Oh yeah.
Who I subscribe to.
I didn't even think about this. Here's the other thing I got today.
Auction Professor is live, so he's got.
Is that stack of CDs that?
I got one lot. Yeah, 50 movies, 25 TV shows.
Damn, you got plenty of shit to watch.
$10.
Really?
And they're good movies too.
What was her channel that was doing that one?
It's Melanie.
Because I was there when she was doing it. She said she had like a whole wall fold, and it was like a whole.
She bought a Blockbuster.
Yeah, those Blockbusters.
They're selling these sleeves, the rental sleeves. She miscalculated. She has 105,000.
Oh my God!
Yeah, she said it was like if the way she stacked it, she could stack it to the ceiling against
a whole room
wall in her room.
That's insane. What is she?
And that was only the first shipment of I think 35,000.
She was just selling them for $10 lots or whatever that night when I watched James buy them.
Still is right now.
Yeah,
and I'm like, holy crap! Like even if you did 10 a piece, how much money is that? Like, oh God, that's like a great.
Let's see if you heard of any of these. For Life, 8mm, Air, I Breathe, Americano, April Fool's Day, Brown Sugar, Battleground, Big Welding, Blood Out, Bridge River Kwai, Bulletproof Monk, Chasing Amy, Cool Hand Luke, Coming to America, Chisholm.
Coming to America.
That's a good one.
Dead Man's Bounty, Due Date, The Hangman, Eyewitness, Endgame, Floored by Love, Factory Girl, For Love of the Game, The Least Among Us,
For Love of the Game,
Carlo, Nearing Grace. I mean, this just happened.
That's awesome.
And then the TV series, it sucks because they're not duplicated, but they're none altogether. It's like season 5, just 3.
Oh shit! They're not
all they're good ones, like old ones. South Park.
I love South Park.
She would make sure there's not
Dragon Balls, Flying Skies, Felicity, Grey's Anatomy, How I Met Your Mother, Jag, Leverage, Nikita, The Office, One Tree Hill, Oz, Perry Mason, Raising the Bar, Sopranos, South Park.
Dude, I love J.K. Simmons in Oz. You ever see that show?
No.
Oh my God! I remember when they used to play on HBO. I would always watch.
Hold up now, but that's the first time you notice how great a scary guy he is.
Oh, dude, he is an awesome actor. Like immediately when he started getting popular, I was like, oh my god, that's a dude. There's so many good actors from Oz that came from that show, dude. I love that show, Oz. And then there was another one.
And it does not hold up. The way they made it and filmed it, it's just cheesy looking.
Yeah.
But when it was on, like almost 20 years ago, I watched
over 20 years, easy. Oz is at least
about give or take. But I watched a lot of the seasons. But then I got rid of HBO and so then I went back to start it again, like I said, and just some of these like cheesy like cuts and stuff. But he was so scary. Like if you have an Apple
they
TV,
all were.
Huh?
That whole cast is freaking scary.
Yeah, Adebisi. Remember him in that show?
Yeah.
He always had that hat hanging on like by a little patch of hair, and he's been on Lost and a few other shows, and all those guys were the Allstate guys.
In the private chat, right there in the private chat. That's a website I use. I haven't paid for cable in 10 years.
Yeah,
I get it. I like if it's on Netflix, I just stream it. I go to primewire.eg.
I watch all the movies and TV series there. You just got those 3 pop-ups. You click play, close the block up, play, close the block up, play, and it plays the whole way.
I've been doing that stuff freaking for the longest time because I don't know. There's so much out there, and like the new episodes are like right up that night too. Of like if you have TV shows, they're right up there.
Yep.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I cut up to the seasons. Jack Ryan, Yellowstone, that one with Kevin Costner.
Yeah, Kevin Costner.
I think the movie I gotta watch next is Devil All the Time. Is what I'm gonna watch.
Oh, is that with Tom Holland? I was reading about that.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch that. It keeps popping up everywhere because that's how I look at it. Like, if it's popping up everywhere, I might as well go ahead and just watch it and knock it out. And,
I feel like my attention span's not that long anymore. Like, I have enough. I can get into a TV show because I think it's an hour. I think I can get sucked into a TV show a lot better than getting sucked into a movie. I think because I'm always thinking like, this movie's going to be 90 minutes minimum. Do I want to watch it? And then I'll get bored halfway through it, even though it's probably a good movie.
I am that way. I used to love like the big shows, like the hour-long shows, Now,
those episodes.
30-minute show, I'm happy. Like, give me an episode less than 30 minutes.
Yeah,
I can take a break. I can go do something else. I'll come back and watch the next episode. My attention span.
Me and my girlfriend. You guys remember the TV show, The Heart of Dixie, with what's her name from One Tree? Not One Tree. OC. Rachel Bielson's in it.
Yeah.
My girlfriend watched the whole series before me, and she's like, "You should watch the show. I know you love romance comedies. Such a corny show." I watched the whole series. I think it's 4 seasons. I watched the whole series in like not even a month. That's the thing. If I get hooked on a freaking series, I gotta watch them all. And then there's none left over. You're freaking done. Like, what's to watch?
What was the name of that movie, Alton?
The Devil. The Devil All the Time. I think it might be on.
Yep, it's on.
It's a Netflix.
2020.
It just came out
this year.
I'm gonna watch Cuties.
Can you hear?
Please don't.
I've heard that's real weird.
It's horrible. Like I cannot believe it, dude. Like that's insane.
I tell you what, if you want to talk movies about like shows to watch on Netflix, one that was surprisingly really good. It had like a little bit of acting from Michael B. Jordan. He was throughout the show, like a little small part in it. Called Raising Dion. Have y'all seen that?
No.
Such a great show. I mean, it has a kid who finds out he has powers, kind of like a superhero, but he doesn't know them. And it's kind of like the struggle of living with a single mom who the dad apparently has passed away. It is by far one of my favorite shows on Netflix.
You know what I used to love watching? Is it like Everybody Hates Chris?
Is this the one you're talking about, Alton?
What's that?
Is this the movie you're talking about?
Let's see.
Nope.
Yep,
Got it.
that's it.
Close this pop up. Close this, and I gotta close
Let's
it.
see what he does here.
Close it. Close it. And then scroll down and play it. And then make it big.
Heck yeah. Oh, it plays it right through Netflix.
Yeah. No, it's
What?
It's,
That's the site that you gave us?
Yeah.
What the heck? That's cool.
All right. I don't. We'll pull that off of there, but that's cool, man.
Yeah, you know, yeah.
We done got here. We have like a watch
Yeah.
party.
Yeah. Alton's channel tomorrow is disabled for good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I was able to watch.
You're never going to be monetized now.
I watched
No,
the
that's
Game
what
of
I
Thrones all the way
cut
from start to finish. The
15
Sopranos all the way to start to finish, and now I'm doing the series MASH. If you remember that old show.
Oh,
Yeah.
God, I was watching. If you Google or YouTube Jordan the Lion. He does a lot of these Hollywood movie locations. He did the one for MASH because it's still out there. They still have like the trucks out there. They have it just where like it was filmed and everything.
Yeah.
It is pretty cool.
When I lived in Los Angeles when I was a kid, we had a cabin in Chantry Flats in that area. That's where it's in the mountains.
God, man, you're so lucky. I wish I lived in California. Well, not right now because of the fires, but God, I mean, there's so much history there, like with the gold rush, that whole area.
There's more history out here now. I live in Michigan now, by the way, guys. But yeah, I like for history. Here's big time history.
I don't know.
It was like Civil War. I like Civil War history.
I like Civil War history too. I also like Western, like cowboys, Indian stuff, because I think that's what we kind of all grew up on was cowboys and Indians until they kind of threw that away. Like that never happened. But no, like I think
despicable human activity. Yes.
Huh?
Another a time of despicable human activity.
Well, of course, but that's how it's been throughout our whole lives. I mean, not our lives, but our history is history. You know what I mean? And we should never try to change that or get rid of it because that's where we came from. Did you know they did a study and there's 42% of all millennials have no clue what happened during the Holocaust?
I saw that article.
They think the Jews.
I mean, really.
Now, you guys, and I'm sorry if I insult you. I guess I'm a Gen X. I'm right there, right at the edge, but I'm a Gen X. But the ones below us, the millennials, man, they suck. Now,
I agree. I'm
19 years old, they have a head on their shoulders. But the ones in between, like you guys, you're fucked. Sorry.
Oh,
sorry.
Oh, that one just hurt a little bit. I don't know if you'll see that. Oh,
I'm sorry, man. I mean, the millennials, they're the entitled generation.
Well, I think there's a transition there. Like, was it for me? I was born in '85, so like me being 35 now, it's like
what month?
Yeah, you're right on that cut.
Yeah, we're in that
I'm a little bit older. I was February '85.
So for me, it's like I look at the thing and it says I'm like this thing, but I'm like I don't think that way. Like we weren't raised like I feel like if you were born like even at like '89, like certain part in the '80s, if you were born in then, you don't have the mentality of what these kids are that born in like after '98. Like I feel like there's like a cutoff. It's like when the technology boom happened, I feel like the kids got dumb when it came to the way we look at things. As far as like the willingness to do certain things. I'm not saying all kids are dumb. Don't take that the wrong way. It's just the mentality of going after something. Like I don't know. It's
or having an experience of going camping or doing things outdoors and taking it in or getting hurt on your bike, going around the neighborhood and trying to explore, going to the pits or finding new areas or even going on hikes. Young kids like that don't give a crap. They want to get half naked and dance on TikTok and shake their booty and not wear a bra. And they're like 13, 14, 15 years old. It's horrible. But that's what's happening.
You know what? When did you remember 9/11, right? 9/11.
Well, of course. I was in high school. Sophomore.
The children that were born on that day are going to vote this year.
Oh, that's crazy.
How about that?
Yeah, because it's been
Louis, that site. It's gotta go on Victoria's show now. Soap 2, the number 2 day.to.
I can link it. Hold on.
What is it?
Are the ones with the be every generation has a sense of time if they are narcissists. Like Hessel said it. It's the way we look at something.
Because I was going to say, if you dug up my mom's mom, she'd be about 100 now, and she'd say the people that are whatever, 80, 70, 60, it's all get off my lawn. Sure, some things might be true because I've said that as a teacher. Like when I started teaching 13 years ago, YouTube was like 2 years old. I didn't get on YouTube. And then let's say 3 or 4 years later, we couldn't even at school because they're afraid no one knew what was on it or would we show inappropriate. So it's like I tell my students, like, adults, because of this thing, our attention is maybe less and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, get on your bike and go ride because your parents know where you are because you all have a phone. But now people, it's like they're more afraid of the boogeyman. And I'm like, guys, are there more bad people in the world? Yes. But the percentage is the same. They're just more of us, So I'm like, but I do believe we all grow into that whole. So I'm trying to
I think that's what it is. Like, that's how I feel. Like, I woke up one day and felt like, now I have 3 kids, and I'm always telling them, man, when I was your age, when I was their age, no joke. If I was you, my dad, if my dad saw this, he would beat the shit out of you. You know what I mean? Like, I'm really starting to mimic my dad now, like the way I walk around the house, and it's kind of like,
I try not to do that. Even my family says the same thing. It's like, you remind me too much of this, and I'm like.
But then you realize that you try to stop it, and then one day you just wake up, you're like, I don't care, I'm exhausted. I don't care if I act like him anymore.
I don't think I'm going to ever stop trying not to be like my father. Until he, it'll be probably different if the day he passes away or whatever. But like, for now, it's like, I'll let him be him. I'm going to fight not to be,
But I have been doing a lot of since I've moved out here and decided to buy a house and everything. I've done a lot of self-reflecting on my life and thinking, because me and my dad, because I didn't talk to him for 3 years until I started talking to him last Christmas because he came down to visit, and we kind of, like always, we pick up like nothing ever happened, whenever we don't talk. But but it's like now I'm like, man, my dad still looks the same as he used to because he walks 10 miles a day. And I'm like, man, I miss my dad. I miss my mom. I wish we all could all hang out and stuff, but they live in New Hampshire. My mom is a Mass, and they don't get along, because they're divorced. My dad's remarried and everything. And it's kind of like, man, I miss the days when I still remember when we took our family vacation, our last one. My sister was dating her future husband that she's married to now. And I was 15 at that awkward age, that weird, awkward, really.
I'm Kevin. Want to go out with me?
You know what I mean? So, but I think it's just a goofy age for me, and
that's all of us.
Had a good time.
Oh, that was priceless. I wish I could have clipped that. I need to come back and try to clip that out.
I get it, Kevin. My parents got a divorce when I was that age.
But
I've got used to my parents. I'm like, my parents are now friends again in the last 2 years. Dad divorced stepmom, and that's weird. Dad's now come to mom's family Christmas the last 2 years because he has nowhere else to go. So the first year it was like, this is weird that he's over here. When I say family, that means mom.
Everybody's unique on that situation. I mean, mine, I have a complete unique situation, where my daughter just found me.
It's true. It's different.
A couple of years ago, I have a daughter and a granddaughter. So, but everybody's different. And like Kevin, you can't really compare it to I forget where I was going with this. Never mind. Clay, it's all Clay's fault. He messed me up.
Or it's because we're just
comment about oh man, that
maybe that's a new character. That's the way you for me. I forgot
where I was going with that. I just said
Oh God! No, now you know
you definitely have to clip that. Find out this time frame and clip that one.
Yeah. I got the perfect title for your book series. It's going to be Getting Stoned with James, or Detective Stories.
Already.
James Detective Stories.
No, I already have that on my YouTube channel. It's called "Are You Smarter Than a Stoner?"
Too much.
You have that one with the cast iron that we get over 100,000 views, right? Remember the cast iron one?
No. It's how to clean the bong.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, over 100,000 views.
Yeah, 125,000.
James, the stoned detective.
And then YouTube said restricted. I said, "Damn, I was
Did they
making
really restrict that?
Huh?
Oh, come on.
Yeah, age restricted. You can't be talking about that. So I'm just talking about how. Well, it's my buddy. He's a retired correctional officer.
Could you rephrase it?
Blonde wig, talking like a surfer dude, taking a hit out of
Oh
a bomb.
God, it was so hilarious.
And so I guess they didn't like that.
What, couldn't you change it to how to clean this glass masterpiece?
I put how to clean your glass pipe, or glass water pipe, or other glass pieces. Right. But no, he was taking a hit at the beginning.
What I don't get is, so like when I used to buy vapes, I loved watching the YouTube reviews. I wonder if they ever got probably weren't able to get monetized either, because they would always be smoking in the videos, trying it out.
And it's no biggie when you get those type of things. It's just, oh well, all right, you don't get that money. Okay. Yeah. Or it's just limited ads. It's only adult ad type things or drinks. Cigarette ads.
So what? Almost a year ago, like this time last year, when they changed it all about the policy with putting ads in front of kids.
Yeah, that was a whole other thing. That's where now it has each time you have to do if it's age restricted.
Yep.
And if it is made for children, you get no monetization whatsoever. Because I have another place list for, it's called bedtime stories for my grandkids. And I get no money on those because it's the way advertisers make their money is also getting your information. And
of course.
So they were collecting information on children. And so the only way they could stop that was, you know what, the algorithm is too complex. We will just say all videos made for children, nobody gets monetized.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah,
I do too. I agree.
Yeah,
I know. I heard a lot of the gamers. A lot of the gamers had heard, because a lot of their audience for younger age kids.
A big niche on that.
See, I should ask the kids today that I helped. They because there was like some standardized test or pre-assessment, so their work took them like an hour. So today was like a run the clock out. Like we went and played football 3 times, but mostly they watch YouTube, and one of them or two of them were watching different gamers. So I should ask them and be like, is there any sort of like deal, or is this an adult channel? It's got to be, because these guys are making, I looked up, one of them was making I just remember I talked to the kid yesterday. I was like, in 2 days he made what took me a year to do.
These kids make dumb money, bro.
Well, these are I watched the guy who I watch a lot, Tim the Tatman, who Peyton got me back to watching him on Twitch, and literally in 45 minutes, I watched people donate to the channel for him. It was like $400 in 45 minutes.
See, and I don't get that.
Here, there. It's like,
if I know, especially they're making money, I'm like, I've done super chats, but I'm doing it.
The money you make on YouTube is silly. I mean, it's sickening. There's one they did a video a few years back. It was called Christmas Jammies. It was this mother, father, and 2 kids or 3 kids, and they had these colorful Christmas onesie jammies. and they were jamming out to this Christmas jammy song. She was they were both actors and actresses. She had speaking parts on different shows, but they quit that because they were making more money on YouTube.
Yeah.
There's a few resellers. I won't say names, but started out very recently making money selling, on eBay and what have you, and their niche and videotaping that. And YouTube has taken off so well for them.
Yeah.
They don't sell anymore, even though they still do this.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like they'll tell you
take off with it.
Yeah, like last year
there's another YouTuber reseller that has made their channel big with their little side entertainment. I shouldn't get into it on live. No, I'm not going to. I'm not going to.
I know what you're going there.
I'll tell you some stuff after this show ends.
But like, I'm buddies with. I've gotten to know Justin Grimes because he lives here, and I've seen him at a live deal, and I got his number. We text and stuff. He's the nicest guy. He is killing it on YouTube. Like he bought a safe at one deal where Brian and I went, Texas Treasures, and he tried to get Brian and I to come out that afternoon, but Brian had to go home, and then by the time I could get up to where his warehouse here had burned down, arson or something, he was like, I bought it because sure, it's $500, but I knew I was going to make $1,000 off the video. He's like, I bought it just for that, and he was like, a year ago I had 100 subscribers, and this was like 3-4 months ago. At that time, he was at 67,000. I'm like, good for him. He's a nice guy.
Justin's something. Justin, and I'm not talking about Justin. He does.
Yeah, I know.
Differently.
But I'm just saying.
James, remember Global Voodoo?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What a shitstorm.
He's doing auctions still.
Oh yeah, he's whatever. He thinks he's original everything. Yeah. Remember how we all had it out with him, and like he was always his own side of YouTube. We had our
yeah.
It was insane. A couple months ago, we had it live. I think it was me. Yeah, it was me, Ronnie, Chad, and Sarah. And he comes in. He's all nice, and Justin Grimes is in there. And then he starts harping on Justin Grimes, and we're like, "Yo, like, come on, we're all having a good time." But global. You knew it was only a matter of time to see till he started shit. He can never just get along with people.
What's his channel? I've got to look this guy up now.
No, you don't. Before I left last time, was all that shit was going on.
Oh yeah.
So
we all just want to have fun, man. And
I think that's what it's about. Like, you gotta uplift each other. Like if even if I'm someone to tell me if I'm being negative in something, you better tell me.
Oh yeah.
Channel,
even if it's your own channel, we'll kick your ass out.
Yeah. Like,
but if you don't like someone's channel, don't watch it. Like I'm just trying to do the whole like not criticizing. I mean, today I had to tell these kids to not call each other stupid. I know they're fourth graders. I'm like, guys, that's not nice. Don't do that. That's not.
Yeah.
If you don't want to watch it, if you think it's clickbait, maybe it is. But if other people like watching it, hey, I like The Office, Seinfeld, and Gilligan's
Remember, we used to always get trolls. Remember that back in the day? We used to always get trolls, and you just had to ignore it because what the fun part was when we used to have new people come on for the first time, and they would create their own channels, and it was us kind of giving back and having such a good time with them, and giving them the opportunity to come on. And a lot what we saw is like with you, Clay, it helps with your anxiety to be in front of people. Because we all have a niche, we all hang out, we all, can agree with each other. Yeah, the side hustle is doing eBay and whatever else is reselling. But at the end of the day, we're all human. We all want to have a good time. I want to see me and my buddies have a good time, And
I like with this one person I've helped that has their channel started 8 months now, from zero to now making $3,700 a month.
That's crazy.
I take that be my replacement level income right there, basically.
Think of how much if we did this consistently, all of us back in the day, 5 years ago to now. Think of how much money we would have. How much we would be doing now with all the viewers and everything, huh, James?
Yeah. Oh, well.
It's crazy.
I
But
never
we took it for
really
advantage.
I never started this thing for money.
Yeah,
No, it's fun.
I'm helping people, so and then
And we all learn from each other.
and I really don't actively resell like I used to. I do my private things with private clients, but nothing like I do. But now I do this to help people still. That's why I'm doing this. So
that's the big part is that we all have something different to give. We have different aspects on it. I mean, our eyes are totally different. So we might have an expertise in this or, like, heck, I don't know. Like, to be funny, we went dumpster diving, and I'm going to say this. Do you know what we found in the dumpster? What you just lifted up. It reminded me when you picked up your leg, I found a prosthesis in the dumpster.
Fucking money, man.
But then again, just my brain tangents, right?
Why? What the hell is he doing in the dumpster? Yeah.
Well, we went dumpster diving to film it for a few. That could be a hustle, right? Some people find really cool stuff, and the kids, what the hell is this? And it's a leg dumpster. Just and
never know what you find. We have Tracy Smith, entrepreneur girl. She found she went dumpster diving and found boxes. It was like 35 textbooks, and then the teacher's edition, brand new in the box. And
it's a gold mine.
Yeah, so, that was when we were able to sell books on Amazon and send stuff without being charged freight.
And have no issue.
Yep.
Can't do it now much.
Yeah, dumpster diving is lucrative.
It can
that's who we had. Scott was on earlier.
Yeah,
Scott's there. He's the one that got me into dumpster diving myself when I did dumpster diving.
Well, have you seen Kathy? Well, you know Kathy, Just Me Kathy.
Of course. Dude, she's awesome. I love Kathy.
I think at Staples last couple of videos ago. 6 brand new printers threw away because they were discontinued. Brand new in the box.
We had some good stuff in her area, man.
Yeah, constantly.
I think you got to find the areas that are doing that, and then hopefully they're your honey holes. But there's not a lot. That's fewer and far between. So like, the real part of it is that 98% of the time you find nothing worth even digging in there. And I think that's what a lot of people don't see the bad. They only see, here's what they found.
Scott's good at it. He has his area. He knows. I think he's just so busy now at Amazon, but that's what he did for the longest time.
It's easier to find things than you think. The best way, I never go to Goodwills or Salvation Armies. Never. I only go to the mom and pop thrift stores. And
see, the Jew says, back when I was a kid, I lived in apartments, and a wife found out her husband was cheating for $20,000.
That is awesome for you.
Oof. That's craziness right there.
The juice was loose.
Or you go on sometimes like on Craigslist where it said, divorce sale. I'm selling my husband's boat for the first person brings me $1.
Dang. Like, I'd be like, here's 4 quarters.
Yeah.
Like, I bought this boat with 4 quarters. That'd be a video right there, wouldn't it?
That'd be a good one.
Oof. Oh, well, fellas, I think at this point it has been just shy of 3 hours. It's crazy. But I got to run to the store. So, before they close.
Because I got to go to the post office. I forgot to mail stuff. I got to go back out and mail stuff.
Manana time.
Anytime y'all want. But tonight, I think at about 11 o'clock, I'm going to do the first test for the overlay for the Extra Life Foundation that I'm working with to do the fundraiser. So at 11 o'clock, we're going to go live on Twitch. I put the links in on the video and in the chat. So anybody who wants to come over. I'll link it into that one as well. And but yeah, it's been fun. Hopefully the stream will go well with the overlays. And I kind of want people to wait to follow on the Twitch until we're live. So look me up. And I want to see if it's operating the way it should. Does your name pop up in the follow? All these things should happen. So we'll see that in a little bit. But yeah, until then, we'll see everyone who's
I'll
watching.
get an email. I get emails every time you go live.
Hell yeah. So it's fun.
Because I have the app now because of you. So.
Yep. I mean, it's a fun way to hang out. So it's a different side of what I do.
All my NASCAR streams on Twitch.
Yeah, it's fun. The Juice says,
I got it solely for Alton. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So like for me, it's a different side of it. You know, like for me, the YouTube is like the hustle, making money. But if you want to see me relax, not having a care in the world, that's where you come hang out with me. And I like the separation that they offer. Eventually, right now, this stream's also being simultaneously broadcasted on the Twitch under the Just Chatting. Yeah.
So how many people have been watching on Twitch?
I don't know. I hadn't even got that far. Just my first time doing it.
So, you can go to and watch this girl in her hot tub right now.
Well, see, again, that's
he's like, what?
I mean, nobody wants to see this. Like,
you don't want to be in bikini, Alton?
Well, there's one thing in this world that you never want to see, and that's me in a bikini.
You can't see it.
Have you ever seen Larry in a cheerleader outfit?
No.
We'll talk about that.
All right.
It's fun. You can't get rid of that image.
Oh.
All right. On that note, we're going to end the stream. I'll see y'all guys at 11 p.m. on Twitch. The links are in the description and up here. So we'll see y'all guys later.
Peace.